Hello, everybody. Lennon is here as well. Hello. So we have the
There you go. Okay.
we have our desk Lennon again.
Oh, I'm on a desk on your screen?
You're on the desk again. Pet.
Oh.
Pet.
See, you know what? That actually works. Where I'm standing on my screen, you still were petting me. Well, you're kind of giving me like a back pat.
I mean, hey, look. Pet. Like you're so small. You're so small. I had to pet you with like 2 fingers, just like pet.
Oh no. Do not squeeze.
Oh no,
Please.
no squish.
No squeeze.
Right? Hang on, is my fucking arm tracker upside down again?
Is it?
It keeps resetting its orientation in the control panel. No, it's oh, I need like some lens wipes or something. That's probably what's doing it.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that it gets it gets like that right quick.
Yeah, like I probably can't just use like a paper towel or anything. Probably needs to actually be like proper.
I don't know. Use a t-shirt. I don't care.
No, I mean like one of those like one of those like you know, one of those like pre.
I have a glasses cloth.
No,
I use a glasses cloth for mine, which is basically just t-shirt material.
Well, I think like during the move, like I think some stuff got on it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just still there. So like
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's gonna need to be. I see you quacking, Drago. Hello. Yeah, I think I need like a one of those damp lens cloths. You know, what you use for like monitors. Yeah. I mean, it still works. It's just like if I go off to the sides, it gets a little lost in the sauce a little bit. Hi, Tired. Welcome to the stream. This is your first one. Alright, so we're here with Landon. Oh, God.
Hello.
My nose,
yes,
my nose
here.
is itchy. Okay, so we're talking about TTRPG stuff. I have some stuff for my homebrew world. If you have anything you want to talk about, go ahead on that.
Oh God, I have no clue.
Oh, cool, awesome.
I was thinking about Dragonborn.
My Dragonborn?
I was thinking about Dragonborn. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote like a whole thing on them because I got inspired.
Yeah.
I just realized I have a... Did
you use any of the stuff that I had offered you before that we had talked about?
I did. Give me a moment, because I realized that I added a thing to a redeem.
I'm tired.
I didn't add it on this.
Oh.
Or okay, you know what? I don't know what. I guess I don't know what the thing is called. I'll see it when I go over to the other one. All right, but yes, I'm gonna take us over to the.
Would you do me a favor?
Yes. Hello.
Do you have like that fancy map of your worlds that we had up last time we did this?
I do.
Thank you for the follow, Tired.
You want a copy of it?
Can you just stream it through Discord to me, whatever you're showing on your screen, and then I can have a copy of it on my screen?
Oh yeah, that'd probably be a smart idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds clever. Okay. I am gonna lose your image for 2 seconds.
Oh no!
You're gonna disappear from my stream, just very briefly.
Okay. I hope that's visible, Lennon.
Yee. Okay, so I have to click the pop-out button, and then I gotta go this button.
Button.
Figure out what screen that is.
Does that dumb bitch juice make you a dumb bitch, or do you have to be a dumb bitch to drink it? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
What about dumb bitch juice? Wait, you have dumb bitch juice on your desk.
Yes.
I understand now.
Jade! You demon!
Jade.
Let's see how
Hello.
let's see how this breaks everything.
What are you breaking? Tits.
Yeah, hang on, don't look at my tits, hang on.
Don't look at your tits.
Don't look at my tits, hang on a moment.
You put them on my stream. I don't know what to.
No,
I don't know what to tell you.
No, hang on.
This sucks. Is there a way to get rid of this bottom piece? That done.
Oh god damn it.
What are you doing?
Jade redeemed a model switch, and I don't have a way to fucking make it faster.
I see.
I'm a dumb idiot.
Now, I'm wondering how this is going to affect my stream with how we have it set up.
It'll be fine. Where's the,
Hi, Jade. How's it going? Welcome in.
Hi, Jade. Where is the...
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find the, fucking, virtual cam.
Scroll up.
Where... Is it over here? Lennon, I'm feeling really silly. Oh, here it is.
Well, I'm...
Oh, it's already on.
Why do you use...
Huh?
Why do you use virtual cam? Why do you use virtual cam
I'm
not Spout 2?
Well, because I don't know how to use Spout 2.
You get a plugin for OBS, and then you just click the button, and then that's it.
Oh.
And then you don't have to do what you just did. None of that will show up on your... Wow, okay, that's...
Yeah, I know, I'm in a corner. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
There I am. Hello.
I have to, like, totally crop your little thing now.
Oh.
Because you are completely different. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, you're on my screen twice because you are screen sharing your...
Oh. Oh, yeah, I'm...
specific things to me. Yeah.
Whoops.
This is amazing.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Why is it not displaying it on my stream? That's the question. I'm scared. Lennon, I'm scared.
What's up?
It won't capture VTube Studio.
Because you have it captured by something else.
No, this is a game capture.
I can't get the stupid cropping right. Hold on.
Oh no. Oh no, I broke it. Oh no.
I don't know why. Well, what do you? Why don't you just change the game capture to the proper thing?
I did. It's not picking it up. Ah!
Is it because it's being picked up by the other thing?
No, because this is not a this is not the virtual cam. This is another thing.
Okay.
Lennon, I think that maybe potentially
It's broken?
it's broken, yeah.
I think it's broken.
Well, okay, well there's like a still image of my model, just like a ghost in the machine.
Of your 3D model or
Of
your
my 3D
2D?
model. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that was here for a minute, and then
Oh, oh, there I am with black bars. I'm in a Tarantino movie.
yeah, yeah, that's why I had to crop you.
Okay.
I still have you twice on my screen.
I brought me toast. Thank you, I love you.
Aw, cute.
Elderberry jam. So, my roommate Brand told me why in Monty Python they go, "And your mother smells of elderberries." You know why that is? Because it's actually a fun thing that I should have
Yeah.
known if I wasn't hyper fixated on one specific part of things. So in the time period in question, elderberry
Mhm.
wine was a very cheap wine that was purchased by prostitutes to give to their clients.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so basically it was so cheap that like it's like, oh well, my prostitute gives me wine, ignoring the fact that it's like the cheapest wine going.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is like honestly a pretty fun little thing. I like that a lot. Okay, I guess I'll take this dog collar off so because I don't need my arm tracker.
Mhm.
All right, so yes, Lennon, we were talking about the Dragonborns. Yes.
Can you share me your desktop again?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
specifically the stuff we're talking about.
Sorry,
Thank you.
sorry. Like, basically, I said it as a screen capture in case I need to throw this up.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. Uh,
Well,
my
keep in
chat
mind
can't.
that that screen,
Mm-hmm.
this screen will be shown on my stream, so just careful what you
Okay.
pop up.
Ah! Why is there two of me now? Okay. Okay, never mind. It's fixed. It's fixed. Okay.
Amazing.
I don't even know what happened. I'm gonna change. Hang on a moment. If I need to throw the map up, I'll find another way to do it.
Sure.
There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up for my stream.
Hmm.
Ah!
Oh,
Ah!
you moved again.
Ah! Oh, right, because oh my god, Lennon, this is super cursed.
A little bit. What's going on?
I don't know. Okay, I think maybe uh rolling out of bed and breaking my knees and then immediately getting uh
Are plant people allowed? Plant people are allowed here, of course. Why would not be plant people? Yes. So
yeah.
you broke your knees.
Yeah, and then immediately going to stream. Probably not the best idea. If I'm going to be honest.
We live and we learn,
Yeah. Um
and
why
sometimes we learn
is
useful things.
tits? It's like what is it F10? There we go. Okay, so that's tits hidden. Um oh god, now my internet's
Oh, you're so
dying.
tiny now.
I know. I don't know
A little
why.
bit, I can tell.
Yeah, Landon, I think we might be cursed. Like has any of us opened up like a mummy's tomb lately?
Yeah, I do
Oh,
that all the time.
oh man, fucking.
I did like 7 mummy tunes just this weekend.
So why are they cursing me? That's the question.
Well, it's Thanksgiving. It's Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh.
So in honor of our Canadian heritage, I've been cracking out in the Canadian equivalent of mummies.
Isn't
Um
that just bug bodies preserved in maple syrup?
usually sometimes. But the nature of it is due to the time of year. It's the curse is going after the people I'm thankful for.
Oh,
Yes.
I see. God damn it. All right. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
I apologize. So can we talk about the Dragonborn of Koros?
we can, yes. Uh, so
I
I'm
just
just.
tried to scroll your screen. I'm
All
so
right.
smart. I tried to
Yeah.
scroll on your screen.
No, you're fine. All right. So a little bit after our last stream, I kind of like. So I looked at my sheet, my document for the world, and I'm like, oh man, I got all this stuff about places, but like I don't have anything about the races themselves. And then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, this is already 12 pages. So I
That's
made
fine. You could have many, many more pages than 12.
so I made another
You
document
okay?
that has the race specific stuff on it. So I put the goblin stuff that we talked about. I put the dwarf stuff on it, and then I put the and I also like expanded on like dwarves specifically. So like they have like an actual thing about how their biology actually works.
Interesting. Okay.
Got the Fae and the Red Caps, and then we have the Dragonborn, and
I would
also
love to hear about your Dragonborn.
yeah, and also the Nemean are here. The Nemeans are here as well, specifying that they are just like Leonin and Tabaxi, but like they share the same species here.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay.
yeah, so it's just basically like
Yep.
they're like two different subgroups that like live
Oh, we
together.
did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of revealed on Monday as well.
Hmm.
All right, so the Dragonborn, they live. Is there a way to open an image in a web browser?
Right
When
click on one with Chrome.
uh okay, let's try that. Right click, open with Firefox. Hey, that works. Okay, that works. So here is Karos. We've got so right now in on the Monday game, y'all are
Hmm?
y'all are here. Ah, y'all are here in Powder Keg. The Dragonborn are
Yes.
pretty far away. They are all the way over here in the Varing Mountains, which are basically along this line here. And they basically separate the tundra of Varingshold from the more temperate
Oh, I see.
areas of Karanir and Krestengrove. Um, and these guys are all assholes over here, by the way. All of these guys are dickheads. Um, they they're waiting for the return of their god king, and their god king is going to do a genocide when he comes back. But thankfully, he
Oh,
went out for.
well,
Thankfully, after they well, we'll get to what he did, but he went out for cigarettes and then didn't come back.
gods tend to do that. I understand.
Um, so
Yeah, just it seems to be a habit of a god to just disappear after a bit.
I mean, the gods here, especially, yeah, like they'll either disappear, they'll wander off, or they'll just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go see if anyone else needs my help. Like these gods don't seem to get care all that much about being gods. They're basically just using their immortal power to just kind of do what they do. Like the moon goddesses are probably the only ones that actually really give a shit because you know they're on the moons, so they actually keep an eye on things. Um, Curio fucked off pretty quickly and actually got a replacement. Um, and then everyone hated the replacement, so they locked him. They locked them away on a fucking island, like fucking Napoleon. Um, the fucking Nemean god actually like got really upset at them and went to go hang out with goblins. Only recently has she decided to hang out again, but she spends a lot of her time um hiding amongst the populace. No one actually knows like where she is. Um the halfling
Uh,
god the halfling god is
1 second
probably
there.
oh yep, what's going on?
Oh, I just had to fix something really quick.
Okay. Yeah, the halfling god,
Sorry.
the cairn, um so the fact that we don't actually know what the Cairn's name is probably a little indicative of his vibe.
Mhm.
Very hands off. The Estelle,
We have
the
a question in my chat for you,
yep.
which is our do we have plant people? Do you have any plant-based people?
I mean, technically that's the Fae.
Oh, interesting. Yes. Right, because we have the mushroom red caps.
Yeah, and also like all of the Fae, like when you turn into a.
I believe it would work that way.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Yep, we can hear you fine.
Mm,
Welcome back.
yeah, but yeah, like so, like in regular D&D, being an atheist is really stupid, right?
It doesn't make much sense because gods are literal people you can walk up to and shake their hand, yes.
Yeah. So
But I mean, like, you could be silly about it and be like, yeah, I believe that you exist, but I don't believe in you. You're kind of shit. You're not
yeah,
going to accomplish anything.
yeah. So the people of Esser, so
Yes.
they kind of have like, so you know how like Jewish people refer to Jesus, right?
I have
Like,
no clue how the Jewish folk
oh,
refer to
it's kind of
Jesus.
like a vibe of like, well, yeah, he was like a prophet, but he wasn't the prophet, right?
Well, there were a bunch of them at that point in time, too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, the Esser are just kind of like, look, I appreciate that like you have this ability to like ascend and get this godlike power, but that doesn't make you a god, right? So it's like they're basically like, if anyone could have this potential, then like that doesn't mean that there's a bunch of like proto gods going around. No, it just means that you
Hmm.
have like a greater pool of natural talent. Fuck off. Like basically they treat everything like science. And like
Yeah. Yeah.
the funny thing is there is actually a god of science, and he himself does not believe in gods.
That's silly. I
Well,
like
because
that.
yeah, well, he's of the opinion that like, no, I did not become a god. Like, yeah, like I gained immortality and all this power and like whatever, and I can, but like he's of the opinion that this is like, he's of the opinion that it's like, no, I'm not a god. Fuck it, I'm just a guy, and I got this power. Like, we have people with the ability to shoot magic out of their hands. You mean to tell me, like, fucking people becoming immortal and having control over parts of nature is is beyond the pale? Are you stupid? You know?
So, what kind of powers does Science God have?
Um, he has the ability to basically pause time for himself for an indefinite amount of time to give himself time to think.
Oh, okay.
So like he can't move. He can't like basically he is stuck in the frozen time along with everyone,
He
but
just
he
he just has time
to
to
think.
consider everything.
To think. Yeah,
That's interesting.
he has
Okay, I
yeah,
like that.
like that is like one of his main powers. He has infinite thinking time.
Hmm.
Um but here's the thing. Like he is in Esseros, but he is not the High Tinker. Like, you know, it's like he could if he wanted to just like storm the elections and be like, look, I'm the best, like meritocratically. I could become god. I could become like fucking the High Tinker. I could take over everything. But he's not going to because he's like, look, I am like 10,000 years old. I've had my time. I built the big fucking golem that you all live in. I'm enjoying my retirement. Fuck off. Like, you know, he's trying to figure out how this god shit works, see if he can replicate it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but like, I like them a lot because like everyone else is like, I mean, you know the tech level everyone's at, it's like, you know, like decently high fantasy kind of thing. The Esser are in the middle of the 18th century.
Ah, I see. I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, like
Well, in a fantasy
very,
setting, that makes sense.
they are very technologically advanced. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, but because they've got the God of Science, but like they have guns, they've got Warforged, they've got basically like a
Okay, cool.
steampunk kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But they don't trade it with anyone who cannot make it themselves because they see that as giving a toddler a gun. So like that's kind of how you can have like if you want to have an artificer or the class I wind up replacing artificers with or like some sort of higher technology, you can just be like, "Oh, I just fucking came from those weirdos down south." Um Sorry, but I was talking about the Dragonborn. I'm sorry. I got distracted in the weeds. I'm sorry. Lennon, you okay? Your neck's broken.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a better way for me to do a display capture here.
Hmm.
I just have to turn it off for a moment because I have to change something on my screen, and I
Okay.
don't want to accidentally do anything dumb.
Okay. I'm gonna eat my toast real quick.
I forgot about my coffee. I left it steeping on the
Oh
counter.
no! Go get your coffee.
My partner might bring it to me. So if I'm
Mm.
interrupted briefly, that's all that is.
Okay.
I just have to move things around on my screens so that I can see stuff while we're doing stuff without having to interact with that one screen.
Okay.
So bear with me. Bear with
Alright,
me.
no, it's fine. Gives me a chance to eat this toast.
I should probably go right here. Liv, I realized I should open your chat on my stream.
I
I
should
should have your
probably,
chat.
I should probably do the same.
Yeah, we should have each other's chats open so then we can talk to each other's chats. Hello, Liv's
Hmm.
chat. I can see you guys now. Hello. Um,
Stranger danger. Pop out your
let's
chat.
find that little chat pop out button.
Oh, I keep forgetting for this model, whenever it loses tracking, it fucking, puts me to sleep.
Liv, did you know that you
Yeah.
can add one of your friends' chats to your OBS the same way, the same way that you would add your own? You
I
can add a
did,
little doc.
I did know that.
Yeah, I do that all the time. What I also do is I will put people's streams in a browser doc in my OBS so it doesn't take up any extra desktop space.
Nice.
So I can have a little stream, like just go in while I'm streaming.
Okay.
You got to put the streams in the streams. Okay, I can bring back the image. There you go, guys. Sorry about that.
Alright, Linen's chat, why don't you say something? I need to make sure this is working. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I got lost in the weeds. I love this world so much and it all like interconnects. You know?
Hello, 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 Lips chat. I can see you guys. Here,
Hi.
I'll type something.
I think they might have a bit of delay on my end.
There you go.
Yeah, alright.
There we go.
Hooray. Oh,
Look at all the
Holland.
chats. Hello. Okay.
Hollandaise.
Hello, beautiful.
Illegal crime. Holland.
Wait, did you say its name's Hollandaise?
Name is Hollandaise, yes.
Like the sauce.
Like the sauce.
Is your animal delicious?
He's he's a little spicy sometimes. But I don't know. I don't actually know what hollandaise sauce is. Like when we got him, like because he was like half frozen to death, like we thought it was a girl. So we called it
Oh, right,
Holly.
this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Holly Jolly Christmas. And then we take it to the vet and it's like, "Hey, there's like balls here. Like they're half frozen
Mhm.
off, but like they're there." And we're like, "Ah, shit. Now we got to change the
So
name."
hollandaise is a
Hiya.
sauce that's made out of eggs, mostly.
Mhm. Hi,
Eggs and butter
Meg.
and vinegar.
Mm. Huh. All right. Yeah, and
You can bite your cat?
mm,
I've never thought to bite a cat back. That's wild.
um, yeah, my proposal for
Establish dominance by biting your cat, Liv.
2D live. Yeah, 2D live. Someone redeemed 2D live. It's unfortunate. Um, yeah, my vote for his name was going to be Holland Jolland Chrysler, but that did not win out. So it's Hollandaise.
I understand why it didn't.
I mean, hey. Now every Christmas we can say it's a Happy Hollandaise, like it's fucking like a car dealership or some shit.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me about these Dragonborn again.
Yes, these Dragonborns.
We started talking about the Esser.
Yeah, sorry, because they all connect up. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so they live in the Valring Mountains, somewhere
Yes.
along here. I'm not going to say where because it's supposed to be kind of like a mystery. But so they are not Dragonborn in the D&D sense where they were like, oh, they were created. No, like these guys are actually like part dragon.
Yes. Well,
So,
so like more like
They're
draconic
yeah,
Dragonborn.
they're like half dragon kind of thing.
Draconians.
Yeah, they have tails and shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's been like 3 different dragon races in D&D, haven't there? There's been the Dragonborn, the Draconians, and the Half-Dragons.
Yeah, and like they all use the same fucking stat block, which is like really weird. Like half dragons need their own stat block. I don't care. Fucking like they have
Well, like half dragons are
tails.
usually like half dragons can include like either literally a hybrid human dragon or
Mhm.
somebody who's a human that's been given like the
The ritual, yeah.
yeah they become, or no, that's draconians. Draconians are the ones who become dragons.
Well, Dragonborn
Half
are
dragons are just the children of dragons, aren't they?
yeah, children of dragons and humans, and or dragons and mortals, and then you have Dragonborn, which were basically they're leftovers of a war between Bahamut and Tiamat, like at the beginning of time.
Hmm.
So like
Yes.
Tiamat like was like, "Hey, I fucking hate my dragon children, but I love my human cultists. Hey, do you guys want to become more dragon-like so I actually have children that are mine that I don't hate?" And they all jumped at that because fucking they all love mommy Tiamat. And then Bahamut sees this. He's getting his ass clapped by these tiny bipedal dragons, and he's like, "Fuck." And he figures out how to do it, and he only offers it to his most devoted followers because it's really fucking painful. I do find that characterization of Tiamat really funny. Like the whole idea of like, I hate my dragon children, and she just like adopts a bunch of mortals like cats. Like
God.
that is unironically the best characterization of Tiamat I've ever fucking
I
heard,
mean,
and it's my favorite.
the dragons in wait, I'm not gonna go into that.
Hmm?
I don't know if that's a spoiler. I was gonna say the dragons in Baldur's Gate are pretty wild.
I mean, there's only two dragons I'm aware of that are named.
Yeah?
Yeah, like did I
You haven't just
miss
seen them walking around in the streets?
did Lennon, are
Did you
there
forget that dragons can be people? Did you forget that dragons can be people, Liv?
I did not forget the dragons could be people. I did not realize that there were dragons walking around.
Yeah,
Where
that's
are
where all the
they?
dragons in Baldur's Gate are. I figured it out. Yeah, I found some.
You're
Yeah,
memeing. Okay, I see.
no, I actually found some.
What the okay, Lennon?
Yeah, no, I found their corpses, to be specific.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it talks you find the corpses of two dragons, and you have to kind of piece some things together from the stuff around them. But they're trying to sever a ritual that's binding them to something.
Hmm.
Hmm.
God.
And then they're dead. So they either succeeded or failed. I'm not really sure.
Lennon Lennon, when Carr comes back from his holiday, you gotta when we get there, you gotta show me, alright? Fucking fuck. I have not found that at all. Like what act is that in?
Act 3.
Fuck. And I thought I completely wrung Act 3 out. Fuck, dude.
You probably found it and didn't put two and two together.
Wait, is it the two dead tieflings?
They're not tieflings. No, they're
Okay.
dragons.
Then
Well,
I
they're
have
not
not
dragons. They're people, but they're
well
dragons.
then I've not found it then. Shit. Alright. We're gonna yeah, when we get there, you're gonna have to show me that. Like I thought I had completed every quest in Act 2. Fuck. Sorry, Act 3 even. Oh boy, that fucking game is
Oh, I
so
want to play Baldur's Gate now.
big.
It
Yeah.
is. It's huge.
Mm.
It's huge. It's huge. Huge. Huge.
Huge. Okay,
So I want to know everything. Tell me about your people.
should I just read the thing or should I just give the cliff notes?
Oh, well, you can read every word that you've written. You can give
I
more details. Give everything you want to give.
I'm gonna read the thing 'cause I'm actually proud of it. So long ago, the Dragonborn were created by the union of dragon and man. The dragons loved their children so and bore them to the highest mountains where they could be safe. Each dragon was akin to both a god and a parent to a dragonborn that shared their color. Bearing scales matching their draconic parentage and long prehensile tails, the Dragonborn served as stewards to the dragons and protectors of the eternal flame. The peace lasted for centuries, ranging back to before the time of the war against the shadow demons. So this is like before there were gods, there were
Mhm.
dragons level shit.
Yeah.
Um, like the dragons got their divinity directly from Lane, and every single dragon is a god unto themselves, or was a god unto themselves. It was during the war against the Shadow Demons the dragons were betrayed from within. Seeing an opening to become the dominant race, a massive red dragon named Zephyr stole the eternal flame and bent the dragons and the dragonborn to his will. While the mortal races contended with the shadow demons, the people of Koros had an even greater danger. Dragons would assault both sides indiscriminately, carrying powerful half-dragon warriors astride their backs. The Killmonger decided to peel away from the war and focus on the dragons. With Zephyr slain by God King Varing. Bloodlusted, the Killmonger hunted the dragons to extinction, taking their bones as trophies in a bloody war. Zephyr's bones would later go on to become the Killmonger city of Dragonbreak, and the Dragonborn recovered the Eternal Flame, fleeing into the mountains. After Zephyr's betrayal, the Dragonborn have mostly kept to the mountains, all living within a massive temple atop the Karanir mountain range. So that's the one that borders Karanir and Varing's Hold. So the people of Varingshold call it the Varingshold Mountains. The people of Karanir call it the Karanir Mountains. Yeah, because they're
It's a land dispute.
Yeah, they don't like each other very much. Pledged to defend the Eternal Flame. As if fate was mocking them, all non-magical flames go out in the presence of a Dragonborn, unless they are constantly fed fuel and ignition, such as from an oil or kerosene lamp. The Dragonborn on the mountains only warm themselves by the grace of the Eternal Flame, and most dare not go to the lands below, godless as they now are. So, these poor motherfuckers, the children of fucking ancient mortals and dragons, just wanted to live with their godparents on the top of the mountains, and some asshole takes this super important thing. So the Eternal Flame does not force obedience to whoever owns it, but it does have a really important thing. It is literally how dragons and Dragonborn make more Dragonborn and more dragons. So I'll just read the Eternal Flame bit. Granted to the dragons at the dawn of time by Lane, the Eternal Flame was a source of their power. A flame that would never go out and was the greatest source of heat for incubating dragon eggs. The Eternal Flame was said to be the lifeline of the dragons, and granted them their godly status. With the extinction of the dragons, the flame has dimmed, but still burns hot enough to keep the Dragonborn warm, to hatch their eggs in the great chamber where the flame sits. So, dragon eggs are kind of neat in that they have to be incubated at temperatures that are the heat of a dragon's breath. Dragons that are cold or lightning aspected. So cold dragons could probably hatch by themselves, but they would need to be basically submerged in liquid nitrogen, which if we're working with people whose technology level is 15th century, that's not going to be easy to come by. And lightning dragons, they still need heat, but it usually needs to be an electric heat, Which, once again, power lines won't be invented for another long-ass time. And then, of course, you got the fire aspect of dragons, which, fire will do it, right? But it has to be a really, really hot fire. Basically a red dragon breathing on it 24/7. Basically, because of this requirement, the Eternal Flame will hatch any dragon egg, no matter what its requirement is. So long as it is within the warmth of it, it will continue to go. Basically, the dragons had a really they would have gone extinct a long before if Lane had not granted them this flame. Just because their breeding is fucking difficult as shit. And Dragonborn share very similar things. They don't need to be as hot as, say, a red dragon would if they were a red Dragonborn, but it's still a lot hotter than most places can make, right? So they are entirely reliant on this flame, and any Dragonborn who do leave, if they ever have children, they have to return, or their child will be stillborn. So they are entirely,
they're bound to it, basically.
They are entirely dependent on this flame, and because of Zephyr, a fire dragon, like betraying like all the mortal races and the gods. Like they cannot feel non-magical warmth ever. And it's like even with like magical flames, like if you were to like cast firebolt, right, or like heat metal or something, that fire would go out the moment the caster is not concentrating on it.
Mm.
So like you throw a fireball at them, yeah, they're gonna take the damage from the fireball, but like anything
They're not going to
within,
stay burning.
they're not gonna stay on fire. So like it is.
That's actually really cool mechanically for D&D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just being like, I take fire damage, but I don't stay burning.
Yeah, like that is actually like a thing I was going to. So all of these races that like are sufficiently different, I was going to give them like their own stat blocks. Like the dwarves are gonna get one, and the dragonborn are gonna get one. The dragonborn are gonna have an ability where like any time they are within the warmth range of a fire, right? So like usually like people would rule like, oh, like the warmth range of a fire is like about the size of its light, right? So like, or bright light at the very
And
least. So like
and you're telling me that we can get these stat blocks and all of this on your Patreon?
yes, when they're done, yes, you will be able to.
Amazing.
Yeah, patreon.com/NOZZIVIX. Oh boy. God, I was supposed to put out a fucking class this month, but like I think I might want to do racial stat blocks instead.
I mean, if you want help doing a class, I have some ideas back
Well,
stored
I
back in the brain vault. I can
mm,
if you would like some assistance doing brainstorming, I'd love to help.
yeah, the one I want to do now is so I did the full moon cleric.
Mhm.
And I want to make the devout of the new moon cleric, but they're not clerics, they're warlocks because like she's like their religion is contract law. Yeah, so
Amazing.
yeah, so it's going to be like uh a warlock that functions as a cleric in the world,
Mhm.
and they have and like they have like interplay with the other one because the two goddesses like they love each other, they're sisters, right, they are like sisterly love and all that, but they are both incredibly broken by the war, like PTSD level shit, and
Mhm.
they both blame themselves for the other one's misery, but they're devout blame the other one. So that's fun. Like fucking the new moon goddess is like, oh man, I should have read that contract better. Fucking I knew this was gonna go bad. Fuck, I have made my sister's life the worst. I bet she never wants to see me again. And then the other one is like, I could see the happy future, but I fucking I know that fucking like I can only see the good parts of the future, not the bad parts. Fuck, I got my sister hurt so much, I made her worry so much. She probably never wants to fucking see me again. So that's why the moons, like they always stay like by the time the
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
yeah. So it's like
Mhm.
the moons never actually like are in the sky at the same time. Like
One, you said one's always full and one's always
new.
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like the moons so like over the course of a night, the full moon will set at like midnight, and the new moon will rise at around about the same time, and then the new moon will set at sunrise. So like nights are a little longer. Like they have about I think I mathed this out at one point, and I think they have like 32-hour days. But like that doesn't really fucking matter as far as like tabletop is concerned. You know, like a day is a day is a day.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, like that's something that like I'm not a science person. That's something that I'd have to like run by Psy or something. But that's currently the assumptions I'm working under. Um, I mean they already
Can
had
I?
like I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I ask you more questions about your Dragonborn?
You can, yes.
Because we have an excellent, like, I love the the history.
Mm-hmm.
I like their history, their backstory, their
Yes.
history. Um, and there's a little bit about what they're kind of doing now, but like, do these guys come down? Like, do the other races know of them? Are they known?
They're like a
Are they just
cryptid.
like
They're like a cryptid.
okay?
Yeah, like
Is
I
it like every once in a while there's one of them that wanders into town and everyone freaks out?
kind of,
Or are
yeah.
they
They're
just like, that's a big kobold? That's weird.
yeah, there was so I did actually mention it like in the thing where like they rarely come down because they don't have a god and they
Hmm,
know what
hmm.
that means. Um, most of the time when they come down, like people are either like, "Yo, what the fuck," or or it is like you said, like, "Oh, that's a big kobold." Um, the majority of the time when they come down, they wind up coming down into Karanir. The
Hmm.
people of Karanir are like the Karanir is like one of the oldest civilizations. Um, so just to pull it up, so
Yes.
the three Koros is a land of immigrants, right? There have been multiple waves of immigrants over time, but the
Hmm.
original people um that lived here are the Komonger, and then the Karanir came about not long after.
It sounded like the dragons had been there quite some time too, though, hadn't they?
Yeah, the Dragonborn have
Or
been there like
did they settle later?
the
Like did
drag
they bring the flame with them and settle, or have they been here the whole time?
the Dragonborn are they used to be a lot more wider ranging. They wouldn't have
Hmm.
called they wouldn't have called this mountaintop their home before. Like
Okay.
so like basically if you went up into the mountains anywhere on Lane.
Is this kind of like, is this a situation where like maybe this was like a holy site or like a special site because it houses that flame?
Yes.
And it was never intended to be a stronghold. It wasn't intended to be their home.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly it. That's
so
exactly it.
they're essentially living in like carved
No,
out caverns in what was once a temple.
basically, yeah. So like so
Yeah.
the dragons they so Koros is not the center of the world, right? It's not. It is one continent. The Dragonborn used to live everywhere because, you know, dragons, right? And they would settle in
Hmm.
these and they would settle in mountaintops. So like a lot of times if you go to a tall enough mountain, you'll find draconic ruins, right?
Mhm.
Like just like it is a known thing. Like it's just that most people don't bother climbing mountains because there's like an old busted up temple there. Who gives a shit, right? Like why would I not just go
I
through the mountain?
mhm.
Um, but the so I don't really count them as the original denizens of Karos because they kind of were just like a vacation home, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so like
How did they feel about it? What did they think?
who do you mean they? The Dragonborn or
The Dragonborn. What do they call themselves as well? Like what's their species? Or
so
people? Because I assume that they're Dragonborn, but I assume that they have a name for their people.
yeah, so
Because they're a monoculture, right? They're
yeah, they are.
or a mono like a single species culture.
Yeah, so it translates to Dragonborn in English. Like, you
Okay.
know, so it's like because like it's literally they are born of dragons.
Yeah.
So like they're very literal people like in my head, you know?
Okay.
Like they don't understand metaphor very well.
I like that. That's fun.
Yeah. Um
That's very fun. So we had talked about these guys briefly before, and I had
mhm.
proposed an idea for the ones that do travel out into the world.
Sorry, I did have a thing I did
Oh,
want to say
sorry. Go ahead. Go
about
ahead.
them coming down.
I
I
apologize. I
yeah,
thought there was a cut there.
I was not getting lost in the weeds when I was talking about the original races. I'm sorry. That this was me giving context. So
Yes. Sorry.
yeah, so like the Carnir being one of the original races, like whether they came in an immigration in one of the earliest immigration waves or they are just descendants of ancient Komonger that decided to settle down. Because
Mhm,
these guys are like a settled people versus the Komonger, which are nomadic. Um,
mhm.
they have records that go back to before the Shadow War, and they have records of contact with the Dragonborn.
Oh, cool.
So if they come down in Karanir, it's like oh, like we vaguely know about you, but if one of them came
Yeah.
down in, say, Krestengrov and just like one just walked down from here into Glasprost, fucking like probably would need a lot of explaining to do, right? So like in Karanir, it's like, oh, that's our weird fucking neighbors to the west. If they come down like here, it's like, oh my god, is that fucking Bigfoot? You know?
So yes, okay, so I like this. I like that they're cryptids. But that does imply that like with them being a cryptid kind of thing, like
Mm-hmm.
that they are known about to an extent.
Only about as much as legends have left Karanir, and people have caught sight of them, like wandering the mountains.
Yeah, I like the way that you said that legends that have left Karanir.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine like the other realms have like visited this ancient like civilization and like wizards are probably going there to peruse
Yeah.
their histories like to get like that like old knowledge shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the Dragonborn at some point like among like some sect of wizards is maybe not known about, but like the way that we like have Bigfoot hunters.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's people out there that do have like that knowledge of like, you know, there were humanoid dragons once,
Yeah.
stuff
Like
like that.
yeah, and I imagine like something I like to imagine is that like they are a kind people because they're not kind because they're just chill. They're kind because they
Yes.
know like, hey, we fucked up and we basically tried to fucking take over the world because someone took away like this holy relic. They're
Mhm.
very like ashamed of it, especially because Dragonborn
Well,
live for a very, very, very long time. They are the longest lived race on Karos. They're at a
mhm.
point where this generation right now is only the second generation after the fucking dragons went away. That's how long they live, and that was multiple thousands of years ago.
Okay, so that for them it's all fresh.
For
They
them, it's fresh. For everyone
yeah,
else
so
has
they
practically forgotten about it, but for them, it's like it happened yesterday.
so I have this imagery in my head of them because I get why they'd have to be very they'd have to be on good terms with almost anyone they meet because this is a species that can't use fire, right? They
Yeah,
can't use non-magical fire.
yeah, and if someone finds out they don't have a god, then they basically don't have rights.
Yeah, so they literally if people know too much about them, if they trust anybody too much, if they get in a bad situation with somebody, they're completely screwed because not only would they not be given help, they can't feed themselves. They can't do a lot of the things they need like in that time period fire
Yeah,
for.
yeah, literally,
So that it makes more and more sense why like they just really wouldn't want to leave. Hey Gloop, how's it going?
hi, Gloop. Yeah,
Um
they are.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, Gloop. Thanks for. I really need to put cooldowns on those Asterian redeems. God damn it.
yeah.
That voice just makes my entire fucking back just go. Um. Okay, but yeah. So like, I imagine that they're very literal people. Like they have poetry and stuff, but a lot of it is very very like it's
I sorry,
poetry without metaphor, right? It's literal
I
poetry.
imagine like how there everyone had that like one friend who got really into poetry in high school, who really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be an artist and
Mm-hmm.
just wrote a bunch of haikus that had no like literary value whatsoever. You know
Yeah.
that kind of person?
Yeah.
Where it's literally just like three sentences of whatever they saw in the room and called it a haiku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a dragonborn poem would probably be like, I saw a snowflake. It was
Oh,
a very pretty snowflake. It landed on the snow and got lost on the others. It made me sad.
I
And that is their poetry.
I I like that. I like that it's like very literal, but like to their culture, it probably has a huge amount of meaning to them
Hmm.
individually. Like that's probably like an incredibly emotional poem, even if it is very straightforward and literal.
Yeah, like that
Like
poem would probably
what
make a dragonborn cry.
Yeah,
But like
where it's
anyone
like
else listens to it, and
there
they're
may
like,
not
"What the
be
fuck?"
there may not be metaphor, but the way that they connect to the imagery is different than the other races.
Yeah.
Like somehow, like, I don't know, I'm imagining that like there's somehow in the literal description of it there is like a level not of like exactly metaphor but like of extra meaning.
Yeah. Like
I
they take meaning from observable reality. Like
yes.
like like that is like if you were like, "Oh, well that's like oh, he's as strong as an ox." And the dragonborn would look at you and be like, "What are you talking about? Ox is many times his weight. An ox would crush him. He is just as strong as he needs to be, and that's fine."
Yeah. Yes, they would see the beauty in the fact that like you are not as strong as an ox, but you are as strong as you can be as yourself.
Exactly. Like like they are I love these fucking goobers. Like they've been in my head for a
Yeah,
bit,
I
and
like
it's
these
like
guys.
I want them to show up in the campaign at some point. But like you
I
are literally across the continent from them.
I know. May I give you an idea?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm here for, is just to say ideas at you.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog, you are the best game ever. It's
It's
snowing on
snowing
Mount
about
Fuji.
Fuji.
I love it.
uh
Oh,
okay, but yeah, so you
um,
had an idea to give me? I might use it, I might not.
so strange times in the world here. Strange times in the world here. Gods are
Mm-hmm.
showing up, right? Well, not
Yeah.
showing up, but things are happening in those circles.
Yes.
There's movement in the forces that generate godliness, I guess.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like the that's never gone away. There's always been people that
Yes,
that can do it. It's just people don't.
but I like a thing. There's a trope in general in stories,
Yeah, huh?
and in life, in just a general thing. There's a trope that happens where everything kind of happens in threes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like an idea maybe that like I'm whether it's coincidence or some just like force behind it that makes things like this happen. I don't know, but in my head, a story of when one god's ascending, someone else is also at the same time. Not like just
Hmm.
by coincidence, possibly. Things just happen around like when something happens for one person, it happens to another. You know what I mean? Just that kind of
Yeah.
like cosmic coincidence.
Yeah. Like
But there's a story building in my head about these dragonborn and about how this is about the time you're saying that there's a new generation of them starting, right? Like this
yeah.
is only the second generation after the war.
Yeah.
These are long generations live. These are thousands of year generations,
That is
right?
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This new generation, they don't get it. They're so disconnected from that war, and their parents are so connected to that war that there is a huge generational divide. This is thousands of years of experience that is a divide.
You think that there'd be like some like 20-year-old dragonborn who's just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna become the new dragon. I don't give a shit.
I think that for a while there have only been like one type of dragonborn being born for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you said, they some of them require specific things, and they're not getting those. The dragons aren't able to provide the same resources to eggs that they could before. All eggs have to be done by the eternal flame.
Mm-hmm.
But that is in the fire dragon territory. There would be reason to believe that a lot of the newer dragonborn are of the same kinship.
Yeah, you're thinking that like there's more and more red dragonborn now, or
I'm something like that, whichever. Yeah, if that's exactly how you do it, but like
well,
relate color to type. But
well, so well, I mean, you kind of have to because like fucking, it's got to work within the framework of D&D a little bit. But
yeah,
but yeah, like I mean, the eternal flame can hatch any dragon egg, no matter what the
yes,
color
yes,
is.
I do understand that. But I'm thinking that like at some point when the eternal flame wasn't when there were dragons,
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is only the second generation after there were dragons.
Yeah.
So this is still a stronghold. This is still like a temple that was in, I'm assuming, fire dragon territory, because the other dragons would have been able to, or was it neutral ground? Because this
So
could derail me.
this, yeah. So
Is the
like
eternal flame just
the
a neutral
the
ground temple?
the
That's why
eternal,
okay, so that's why the whole people's
yeah.
retreated there. I like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Um.
the eternal flame was a neutral thing given to dragonkind as a whole
Yep.
by Lane. So the
Yeah.
temple in which it was housed was
For
like
everyone.
for everyone, which is why
Cool.
after the war, the Dragonborn all came back to it versus like
Oh,
trying to take the
Liv,
eternal flame out of Karos.
Liv, I'd like to talk
Mm-hmm.
about the architecture of their temple later,
Okay.
because that just sounds fun.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can like build what it looks like, because I have some ideas.
Alright.
If you're willing.
No, I am super willing.
Um.
I'm just
Okay.
artistically
So
I'm just
then
artistically stupid, so I can't like draw it or anything.
I can.
Okay.
I totally could. I could actually whip up my tablet and actually draw it while we're talking. That'd be fun.
All right,
Um.
then that'd be fun.
Yeah. Um. We'll see if I have the energy to do that. Drawing and my brain are on bad terms lately.
That's
But
fine.
okay, so maybe it's not like a kinship by color of the Dragonborn. Maybe it's just kinship because they're the new generation. Maybe
Mm,
they just don't really get that, like, they don't feel the connection to the god that the other ones did. They don't get that, like, they don't get the loss they had.
yeah, like they
But what
they
they get is like they do have a connection to something, I would say, because there is one cultural thing that they all hold and revere,
mhm.
which is just the eternal flame itself.
So you're thinking that this new generation is trying to turn the eternal flame into a god, or am
I don't
I?
think they're trying to, but I think that they're maybe this generation isn't being, maybe they're not getting it. Maybe they're not understanding their own history exactly the way the previous generation wants, especially with that shame that the previous generation has.
So the previous generation is like, hey, dragons were our god, and they were our gods, and they became gods because they had the eternal flame. And the new generation is like, well, okay, well, when someone took the eternal flame, you all followed them into battle. So
Yeah,
therefore,
and
the
then the
eternal
dragons kind of fucked everything up,
yeah,
right?
so yeah, and then it's like, so therefore, eternal flame equal God as far as the new generation is concerned, right?
Yeah, especially if the dragons themselves kind of like misuse that power or like didn't use it to the best of their ability, and that's like, do you know what I mean? Like if there's
Yeah,
if the new generation perceives a failure in the dragons themselves, maybe they're going over the dragon's head for their worship.
I think maybe because the dragons did not betray the people like willingly. Zephyr
Mm,
took the only thing that they knew they could use to raise their young. Basically, he was holding their babies
yeah, but
hostage.
live. I apologize to the audience for what may be a sensitive topic to some people, but it's been 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 9/11 happened.
Yes, it
And
did.
I want you to think about the difference between how our parents feel about 9/11
Oh, that's
and
true.
how the newest generation feels about it.
A second dragon has hit the Pentagon. All right, fair enough.
Yes. But do you know what I mean?
I know what
There's
you
a
mean.
cultural divide here. And we
Yeah,
only see that in 20 years' time. We see that in one generation.
yeah,
This is one generation.
yeah. My
Hey, Raven, how's
generation,
it going?
my generation thinks 9/11 is funny. The generation that came after mine thinks it's fucking hilarious. Like,
Sure.
no, okay. So like I
Yeah.
was born in 95. I was born in 95. 9/11 happened when I was like 6.
Yeah.
And fucking and even now like I'm like I see that image of like Bush being told a second plane has hit the tower and I'm like hee 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 funny. But then you show the same image to like a zoomer and they
Yep.
lose their fucking mind. Like
I've
holy
been told
shit.
this. Yep. I've been told this. Um What is it? But what I'm saying is that same thing would happen in their society, in the Dragonborn society,
Mhm.
where there's a 1,000-year gap. The new generation, sure, they can learn all about it, but they probably have their own memes about the seriousness and the guilt that their parents feel.
Like they've got like an etching of Zephyr stealing the fucking the eternal flame, and like there's like a little caption underneath is like me taking the last cookie in the jar kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly,
all
that kind
right.
of bullshit. Like, I don't think the new generation takes that seriously, but I think
Hmm.
they still have a reverence for something because they are fucking cursed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
you
no,
think
and even more, they're cursed. Like they're gonna hold something against that. They're not gonna be happy about that.
yeah, and I imagine fire aspected dragons like gold and red ones, they're probably going to be the most upset because like if you breathe poison, that poison stays. If you breathe ice, that ice stays. If you breathe electricity, if that electricity hits something metal, it's going to stick around for a minute. If you breathe fire, the moment that fire like leaves your breath and touches the ground, it goes out.
You've just given us a no, a subclass. You've given us a like
Sub race?
basically I'm trying to think of the word that I want. Um, you've given us a different class of Dragonborn in like a society hierarchy sense.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Because the Fire Dragonborn are now disenfranchised in a way where their abilities are hindered compared to their brethren.
Yeah.
And they know this. And they know that it's because of a curse, and they're probably pissed off about that wasn't fixed by their gods
Do you think like a fire
or the previous gods.
do you think a fire
I think
dragonborn would probably
I think I'm
be
going back. I think I'm going back to the red and gold dragons having some kinship over being disenfranchised compared to the other dragons in their society.
Hey Lennon?
I think
What color was the dragon that the kobold summoned?
um my memory's bad. I'm assuming it was golds because that's the theme of the campaign
Yeah,
so
I'm
far.
gonna I'm gonna ask you to like pump the brakes a little bit before you spoil what I had planned.
Well, I'm going to something different here.
Okay, but like if
No,
if you
a
start getting
specific place I'm going
close.
that isn't what you. I'm going to a specific place.
Okay.
Because maybe we're looking at two different things. Because things sure do happen when other things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I could totally see the kinship of gold dragons doing some bullshit if they have some ideas, and I can see a storyline playing out, and I think that's the storyline in your head. But I think the red dragons might have their eyes set on something else that they already hold reverence for.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the red dragons might just like find themselves in worship of the eternal flame itself. The flame that like potentially could like give them back their power.
Oh.
So this was all me trying to give you a character, give you somebody, give you one single character. I don't need to
Okay.
give you their whole history. But I wanted to line up where this person comes from. This is like a young dragon. This is somebody who's new. Maybe
Uh-huh.
they don't know better. They're the equivalent, the dragonborn equivalent in their society of like early 20s.
Okay.
Still long enough like let's extrapolate that into like the 1,000-year lifespans they have.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like
like
I
this is your early 20 dragonborn who he's a red dragon. He has his little chunk of the eternal flame that he's supposed to take care of. And maybe he just goes out as like an emissary.
you you think
Like
like
he thinks it's time to contact other people and start telling them about the eternal flame.
he's just proselytizing?
Yeah. He thinks
Hmm.
maybe the red dragons came up with this idea that if the eternal flame is recognized, their power, like the fire dragons will be enhanced. The fire dragons will be the ones to like profit from that, you know?
Okay, that's
It's
an
their flame. It's the eternal flame. It's not the eternal lightning. It's not the eternal acid.
That is interesting. And honestly, the idea of a red dragon becoming supplicant to the eternal flame is very interesting because they got into this mess because a red dragon tried to usurp the eternal flame. You know? Like, not saying the eternal flame was like a god or
Mhm.
whatever, but like,
No. Yeah, but like that's more where I'm leaning. What if they start revering it as that though?
mm,
Like what if they're like what if they start like whether they're misguided or not, I don't know. I don't know
mm.
they're your people.
Yeah. I,
But I'm imagining at least this one character who believes that the eternal flame itself is the force that drives things, that it is like not a god in the sense that you can go up and shake their hand, but a god in the sense that it is the force of nature itself. Like it is a binding power of nature and has godhood in it in that way. Or at least that's what they believe.
yeah, that is honestly pretty. I might honestly like keep that in my back pocket for like either like depending on. I'm gonna be honest, it's still like up in the air whether or not y'all are gonna get fucking kicked out of the Republic or not.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so like,
I'm just thinking if you have an emissary of their people, or if you have this one self-styled prophet, or however he is.
yeah, I think this has given me an idea, but like I think I'm gonna keep that in my pocket for like a season 2,
Yeah.
or if
I
you
mean, you
guys
can always
or if you guys get kicked out of the Republic and have to make your way west.
I mean, it's never too early to start putting breadcrumbs down for
Oh
things.
yeah, no. Like I fully understand. Oh,
Hearing rumors of somebody going around, hearing
like
hearing talk of the strange tall kobold, stuff like that is what's in my head.
like there's like this weird cult happening out west. What the fuck's going on there? Yeah, like
Yeah, it
I
has
got you.
nothing to do with us. We don't need to address it. But
Yeah, I get you.
yeah,
Oh,
stuff's out there.
oh shit. Van, what's your question, Van? What's your question if you're still here?
What's going on?
Um, while I wait for I'm gonna say my bit.
Oh shit, I'm missing my chat too.
Oh
We're
shit.
just we are talking about D&D stuff for our we're doing world building for D&D.
Oh. Oh fuck. Why am I so
It's just
tired? Fuck.
making up things.
Yeah, making up stories. Oh jeez. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think
Question about RPG design. That sounds fun.
you want to streamline encumbrance to be easy to reply. Your thought was to have 3 slots of character sheet for the largest objects you have. Calculate weight only based on those 3 largest objects. Honestly,
Are
I
you
don't.
only allowed to have 3 large objects then?
Yeah, so that's the thing. So I don't like using encumbrance, but I do know someone who does. And literally the way they did it was they used the case system from fucking Resident Evil 4. And honestly, I think that might just be the best way to do it. Like, do you know that system, Lennon?
No, I don't. I would love to hear about it.
So the attaché case system is actually, you honestly, like, it's basically Backpack Hero.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
tell
so
me
like,
about this. Oh, is this the system? Sorry, is this the system where you visualize your inventory by you make a grid, and then every item has, like Backpack Hero, every item has a number of slots it takes up, so you have a grid that you kind of fill in?
yeah, so
Yes. Okay.
yeah, here it is here. So yeah, so basically the way that the guy who was doing this did it was you have your backpack and it's like he actually like would have different types of backpacks you could get. So like the smallest one couldn't hold like super
Yes.
much, but like it was like a whole thing. Um
Mhm.
and like of course like you couldn't put like a great sword or like a long sword in it, so like that would need to be something you could have to carry on your back. And at that point
Mhm.
he was just like, you can carry like maybe 2 swords on your back and like a sword on each hip, and like that is all you get,
Yeah.
which like
Well,
makes
at that point, you just
sense.
kind of like if a character wants to carry all of their things strapped to their legs and have every knife fucking buckled to their chest, you like let them as a DM, let them, but like figure it out on the go.
Yeah,
Um,
give them if they're gonna do something that silly, then like give them a thing, but
I
like
yeah.
But like the way
Give them
that
disadvantage on stealth,
yeah,
which
but
they
like
probably already have.
yeah, because they're jingly. But yeah, like the
Yeah.
way that this guy did it was like, okay, so like you can keep like a short sword and like a dagger. So like a short sword would be like, um, it'd be like five squares across and like 2 squares
Mhm.
wide, and like et cetera, et cetera. And you'd have like potions would be like one or two spaces depending on like how good they like a shitty health potion be like 1 space, but like a good health potion be 2 spaces, etc. And basically the idea was it's like you have here's your backpack, here's like like here's your like you had like a module for it on Foundry, but I imagine you probably just do it easily with like graph paper and like little tokens, right? And just be
So the
like
way that the way that this works in regard to encumbrance, then, though, if I'm understanding it right, is just you can like, is there an encumbered like, or is it just you only get what you can fit, and then anything over that would be your encumbered?
anything, yeah, anything over that is your encumbrance, yeah. That was how he did
Okay,
it. Yeah, because it's like
yeah.
because the way
So
he
there's
was
not like levels of encumbrance. There's just either you have too much stuff or you don't.
yeah. And so like
Okay.
the way he did it was like, all right, so if you fill up your backpack and you find something you really want to carry around, you have to carry that thing like in a hand. So then it's like you lose access to one of your hands while you're
Yeah.
carrying this thing. And also you have the encumbered property where you have like disadvantage on
There.
stuff and
Yeah.
et
There is a
cetera.
flaw to this system that I have identified.
Mm-hmm.
How does strength interact with carry capacity? And how do certain feats that double your carry capacity, how do those interact with this?
I think carry capacity stuff. Like so strength, I think
Or are
strength
we just ignoring that for sake of streamlining?
like so I would say that the strength thing you ignore for streamlining, but the carry capacity thing, I think honestly, if you wanted to do that, you could just like divide the square something takes up by 2, and then you would effectively get double carry capacity.
Oh, I mean, you could just like if you have the double carry capacity feat in D&D, literally what you just said slightly different. Just any bag you pick up, just say it has double the slot.
Oh yeah, fuck it, yeah. So like that's yeah. Any bag you pick up
Yeah.
is double. So there you go. Fucking
It's
easy.
a very that's a very silly way to conceptualize it, but
It's less you being strong at that point. It's more like you're better at like organizing stuff in your bag.
yeah. Like
Uh,
that, I guess that would work and that would streamline it fairly well. I wonder if there's
WRT encumbrance in my system. I'm currently just weighing 3 largest things, and the rest is space limited. I've been going through numerous variations. I'm still unhappy with it, mostly because people tell me it's bad. So I don't think it's bad. It's just I don't like encumbrance in general because I don't like telling my players, "Hey, you're already carrying 6 tons of gear. You can't carry any more." Because it's like, who gives a shit, right? Like,
hmm,
functionally, as far as my players are concerned, they have a bag of holding. Like, as far as I'm
that's
concerned,
kind of
hmm?
yeah, that's how I generally play things.
Yeah, like,
I
fuck.
just
Sorry.
I honestly just I forget about encumbrance. Like I don't forget about it. I neglect it intentionally.
Yeah, like,
Um I don't find it useful for fun. Like I don't find
yeah,
the encumbrance system. I haven't found one that's fun, so I
no,
just don't use it.
yeah, like,
Um
if you're
there
doing like
there
a if you're doing like a
there is
survivalist thing, then sure. But like
yes.
bags of holding exist. Just like if your players bring it up, just go like, oh yeah, see, fucking in this world, all adventurers get like a bag of holding for free, subsidized by the government. Now shut the fuck up and have fun.
Uh Raven, we're not playing a specific game. We're just chatting about stuff. That's just background images for context of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just chatting about D&D. My current category is tabletop RPGs because I didn't have a
Oh,
better option to put
I
it into.
I set it to Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah. Well, see, I figured tabletop RPGs felt more right because
because it's a
I
homebrew
felt that
campaign.
it encompasses talking about tabletop,
Ah, that's true.
but maybe D&D specifically, but then we're doing homebrew stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you've got the tabletop thing. I've got the D&D thing. We'll bring
Yeah,
in both audiences. It's whatever.
there we go. Yeah, it's marketing.
Marketing.
Let's go.
Boom.
Shit, I was gonna say something.
But as far as
Oh,
the
encumbrance systems.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna try and
there's.
bring us back to the
Sorry, go ahead.
Dragonborn.
Oh, can I say something about
Yeah,
the
yeah, sure,
encumbrance
sure,
thing
sure,
really
sure,
quick?
sure, sure, sure.
Um, the only thing that I don't like about the only thing I don't like about the encumbrance system, and I do have a suggestion to fix this, is how I ignore it. The only thing I don't like about ignoring the encumbrance system is I don't like when my players always have access to their entire backpack. So the quick fix for that is if you do want there to be restrictions to what people carry and have on them, but if you don't want to fuck with encumbrance,
Mm-hmm.
make a checklist of just where your items are. If the
So
item is in the backpack, that means it takes an action at least to get to if you have your backpack on. If you don't have your backpack on, your item's in your backpack. If you say that your items are strapped to your body, write that down. It's strapped to your body. That stuff's accessible, easy go.
So yeah, the way I do it is like, and so in my head, like whether my players do this or not, who cares, right? But the way that I think about it is potions and stuff. Like
Mhm,
those are on like a belt, right? You've got like a little belt with potion, like a utility belt thing, right?
mhm.
Like fucking, I don't care if the players don't do. That's how I see it. So it's like, oh, if you want to drink a potion, okay, bonus action, whatever. You're literally just reaching down to your belt, grabbing this potion, popping the cork, glug glug, whatever, right? But if you're like, all right, I want to pull out a fucking short sword that's in my bag, then
Mhm.
I feel like the way that like rules is written that they do this, where it's like an entire action to pull it out.
Yes.
Like I feel like that just works fine because then it's discouraging players from going into their backpack for an item when like really they should have had it ready to go with, you know? It's
Yeah.
like it like so like and that's honestly I think that's why D&D by itself speculates like specific specifies even that like when you have like rope or something, your backpack has like a place for the rope to go. So
Yes. Yeah.
you could just quickly like reach back, grab your rope, you know, and stuff like
See,
that.
and that's where the thing I suggested where I find that useful of just instead of stating how much something weighs and like doing an encumbrance system, doing instead just ignore encumbrance. You can carry however much stuff you need unless it's an insanely large thing you couldn't possibly carry.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna let you carry around a boulder unless you find a way that that's reasonable.
So my character
Um,
in Pathfinder can just do that.
is it a
It
class
is
thing?
is a giant instinct barbarian feature. Yes, I can pick up
Then I
anything.
still I still want to know on your character sheet where you're carrying that boulder. If you put that boulder in your backpack, I don't know how, but you probably have a harder time accessing it unless you're throwing your whole backpack with it. But my point is, I find it useful just to write down where the item is, and then like your rope, just say it's on the outside of the backpack, and then sure, that's accessible.
Here you go,
What's
Lennon.
this?
Here you go, Lennon. Here's how I'm carrying the boulder.
It's just strapped to you. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Yep, weight training. Um, no, but you know what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you
I find
mean.
I find the way that I do it to be a quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't really address the actual encumbrance, but it gives you an option for restricting your players a little more than just letting them have access to all their stuff all the
Yeah.
time.
Like I feel like if a player is like, "All right, I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out like all of this other gadget and stuff." Like I feel like a player pulling stuff out of their backpack like
Hmm.
should be an action, mostly because it's
Hmm.
like you have 6 seconds. Come
Yeah, at the
on.
very least, it's a bonus action.
Yeah, like so Sprig has this really fun way of playing where she'll cobble together like gadgets and stuff out of like assorted bullshit because she is
Mhm.
honestly terrifying with a chemistry set. And I feel like if Sprig could just cobble together a fucking brick of C4 in the space of an action, I
Yeah.
feel yeah, no, like if like in Pathfinder you can kind of do it because you get 3 actions. So Spricken would be like, okay,
Mhm.
first action I'm pulling out the fucking C4 brick. Second I'm applying the detonator. Third I'm slapping it to to this door. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But in D&D, at the very least, you're taking your entire turn to put that C4 together, and you're not using it until next turn.
Yes. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Like if you want to have C4 or like have like little gadgets or whatever that you can deploy in combat, you best be making those ahead of time. You're not
Wait,
making
did I
those on
miss
the
that
fly.
head pat? I thought.
Oh no.
Oh no, I did the head pat. It just didn't stick.
Oh
Sometimes,
no.
sometimes they don't stick. Hold on. There it is now. I apologize. Sometimes they don't stay. You
Hmm.
said you wanted to pull things back to the Dragonborn. Is that related to our
Yes.
encumbrance thing, or is that
No,
back
it's
to the other
slightly
conversation?
different. Slightly bringing it back.
Okay, let's go.
So you were saying that like the red dragons might be. So the red dragons, um, they
Whether it's, it might. I'm thinking like whoever started this little push that maybe the maybe the flame is actually a god or could be a god.
Yeah, like it
Um,
could be that he has the potential. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
I'm thinking whoever started that was a red dragon and went to their kin first. But I'm also thinking like they could recruit other dragons. There's no reason
So
not to.
yeah, they
Any
need
of
to
their
recruit.
generation would still have the same little
Yeah,
grudges that they do.
but like I'm imagining that they're going about it different ways.
Thanks,
Um.
Twixie.
Yeah. Um.
Yes.
But like, so for example, the red dragons probably feel like the closest to shame because
Hmm.
it was their bloodline that fucked everyone over. Because Zephyr was a red dragon,
Oh,
and
live,
they're
live.
red dragon. What?
To give you just some even more motivation. Imagine your entire parent generation, your entire older generation telling you constantly that you should feel guilty about something that not that they did, but that their parents did.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
hi, Genie. Like, basically, like the red dragonborn feel like Germans post World War II. You
Hmm.
know, like, hey, so your grandpa, uh, maybe tried to enslave our entire population, and is the reason why all of the dragons are gone, and why we don't have a god, and why we're trapped up in in this temple.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you should feel bad. Our blood is cursed. It is our fault, and it is why we're punished the most. Like, I imagine that that's why they respond by
Yeah.
venerating the eternal flame. Like, them venerating the eternal flame. Maybe the guy who starts the cult is doing what you're doing, but the red dragons that join up, they're venerating it out of guilt because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking, like, great grandpa fucking stole this and used it to enslave all of dragonkind, and now they're
See,
all gone. Shit, I need to pay
I
penance.
I do like that as well. I do like that as well. An implication that whoever started this subsect of Dragonborn who are believing something else now, maybe they didn't start it with the best intentions.
No. Like, yeah, like maybe he started it to be like, hey, if I like, maybe he did start as like, hey, if I get everybody to worship the eternal flame and it turns into a god, we have a god again, and then maybe I can use this to my benefit. Like, like he's
Hmm.
not doing the same thing Zephyr did because he knows how that fucking happens. He knows how that goes
Yeah.
down,
So
but
he's doing it a different way.
he's doing it a different
Because
way.
it would be very easy to convince the other Dragonborn, like the other ones who are sitting there with so much guilt. There's gonna like I think the older generation is going to be very against doing anything that relies on any gods. But
Hmm.
I think this new generation, they've been saddled with this guilt of a different generation, not even a different generation, but like the gods of their parents.
Yeah, which
They've
is
been saddled with all this guilt. Even the ones who are do truly feel guilty, they're going to see this as, wait, we can fix this now.
yeah. And so like they start venerating it. And maybe there is like sheer like honest belief amongst them. And it's just like this one guy
Hmm.
who's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna use it. Like, hey, maybe grandpa couldn't get this done, but hey, maybe I can.
Hmm.
Um But then I imagine you probably have the gold dragons who are also being punished to the same level the red dragons are, and
Yes.
maybe they have like a disdain for dragonkind. Like the gold dragons had nothing to do with this, and they're being punished as badly as those red dragon fuckers. What the fuck? That's not
Hmm.
fair. And so maybe that's where gold dragons start being a bit more they're a bit more selfish. Like maybe gold dragons are the one are like they wind up leaving the temple a lot more often. So there's a lot fewer
Yeah.
of them, maybe?
So I
What?
the eternal flame is much weaker now than it used to be.
Yeah, it is it's
It
still
doesn't.
burning, but it's dimmer, yeah.
Yes, and it doesn't have the strength to bring back the dragons as it currently is.
Yeah. It can only
That could
hatch
also be an
dragonborn.
influence. Yeah, I think a lot of these, like, maybe the idea of this new generation is if this is a god, we can fix it. Maybe there's an intentional we should ascend the flame to fix everything.
So like the red so
We
like
should.
they're thinking that if they make the flame stronger again, it can hatch a dragon egg or something?
That's what I'm thinking, is maybe they want to be able to bring back. They want to undo, at least maybe not the first one who started it, but the other ones who are being convinced into this cult. That's the line they're being given, that they can fix what their parents broke, that they
Okay.
can bring back the dragons, that they can bring back the strength of this flame. That's what's the other sorry, remind me the name. Starts with a
Zephyr?
K, I think.
No,
Zephyr. Oh,
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Yeah.
Zephyr. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. There's so many K's on my screen that that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I used a lot of K's for Karos. I am very sorry. I was on a K. I was in a K hole. I guess I don't know. Uh,
um, but sorry, what was I just saying?
you're talking about the red
Yeah,
dragons.
yeah. They, like, maybe the line is that they can do the opposite of what Zephyr did.
They can make the
Maybe
dragon.
the
They can
idea
make
is,
the flame stronger, and then if they make
yeah,
the
and
flame strong
bring
enough,
back their people, bring back their culture.
hmm, maybe
Um,
that. I mean, so what if the gold dragons are the opposite? So the gold dragons
so
are completely
yes,
disillusioned, and so
yes, I
instead
have.
of
May
sorry,
may I suggest
okay,
one more
okay,
thing
okay,
before we talk about the goals? Because I think I know where you're gonna go with that,
okay,
and I think I agree, but I want to give you one more idea, because I wanted to talk about the architecture of the temple.
okay,
And I imagine that the Eternal Flame Room, um, like the actual room where the largest portion of the Eternal Flame is stored, um, is probably at the bottom. The bottom of the temple.
okay.
And I imagine this room. Do you remember Alien vs Predator? How they have the room where where they put the sacrifices,
Yeah, and then they get
where it's like
jumped
the
by the
circle of
eggs.
tables.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you know the circle of tables with the eggs.
yeah.
I'm imagining, like, around the flame there being tables. How many colors? How many colors? 8?
I think
Is it
there's
8
eight. I think
between the
there's
two?
eight. Yeah. Hang on.
So eight little tables. Each with a back in the day when this was a hatching chamber, each table would be like ensigned with like the symbols of their specific dragon type.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there'd be like just a slot to put like a dragon egg to heat it at the flame.
Yeah.
Um, I take this or leave this. This doesn't have to be like, well, nothing I said has to be anything, but I have an idea of the dragons are gone, but like, did the dragons stop coming? The lack of the lack of heirs to their gods. Um, Maybe it's not just that like that they died. Like they literally couldn't raise another generation of dragons because the flame was weakened, right?
Yeah.
Um, what if there's eggs just waiting in that chamber to be hatched?
Like yeah, like maybe that's
They're
it. It's
just
just like
relics. They've been there for 1,000 years. They're in the bottom of that eternal flame room, waiting to be hatched.
yeah, that would make
And it's
sense.
really weird that all the golds just picked up, took their relic. Like, at this point, the eggs are just relics.
Yeah. Maybe
It's
there's
really
one.
weird that
Maybe
the gold
there's.
dragons picked it up and just left.
Maybe
So they
there's.
just left.
Maybe there's one egg of each type.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Um, yeah, like, huh?
Hmm.
Because I think that's kind of where I'm going with the gold dragons. Is maybe you're right. Maybe there's disdain. Maybe there's a hatred of the rest of them. Maybe they don't want. They're separatists.
Yeah, like they think that the eternal flame is full of shit, and they're like, no, we don't need
Yes.
that. I don't need you. We're gonna figure this out, and they all left. And like
Yeah.
maybe the
Is it the
gold
new
dragons.
generation? Like maybe this is a bigger movement. Maybe it's not just the new generation that thinks the eternal flame is the thing. Maybe that keying into that guilt is what started to convince the older generation that, hey, we actually have to fix what we wronged.
So I feel like with the gold dragon specifically, it's like we didn't cause this, and we are being
Yes,
punished the
yes, they're
worst.
the opposite end.
Yeah, like they
So I'm
like
imagining it being like specifically the newer generation, specifically the gold dragons, who are just like, no, fuck you. It's not my job to fix this.
so I'm kind of going in opposite direction. So my
Okay, go ahead.
feeling is that like so the majority of the dragons with their
Yeah.
flames dimmed and like that the red dragons of course they can't do fire very well. So they are explicitly weaker than the other dragonborn. Like and they like they are having a not great time. And so all the other the older generation, they're like, yeah, I feel sorrow for what I did. I rode alongside Zephyr at the behest of my
Mhm.
god. I knew it was wrong, but we needed to make sure the flame was safe so the next generation could endure. Like I
Mhm.
don't like and then you've got the gold dragons who are like, fucking they took our babies hostage. Are you on drugs? We did the best we can and now we got to deal with it. And now the next generation is like inherited that like anger. Like the gold
Yes, okay.
dragon, the gold dragons of the previous
Yeah.
generation are unrepentant. They're like, look, like yes, I know it was wrong, but the fuck was I gonna
Um,
do?
remind me exactly why Zephyr did what he did.
Zephyr saw the war going on against the shadow demons. And
Yes.
he basically saw this and was like, okay, so we're up on the mountains all the time.
Hmm.
Like we don't go down because I mean, let's be honest, we couldn't fight a united mortal front.
Yes.
And of course, you know, there were the shadow demons there, and they're like, okay, we couldn't fight them because they're basically godlike people. Well, now that they're fighting and they're killing each other, hey, I'm thinking that maybe I could attack both sides
Mm.
and I could take over. Like
Okay.
that
So
was his
it was a
idea.
grab for power.
It
It was
was a
specifically a grab for power.
completely a grab for power. What he didn't expect was God King Varing abandoning Kissalan and basically taking his people and just going to fuck the dragons up.
Mm. Just a geography note.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that both the Varan Mountains and the Delaware Mountains,
Yeah.
um, we touched on them briefly. How the Delaware Mountains were created during the war.
So the Carnier Mountains, those ones are natural. That's why they're less pointy.
Okay, so they're the I
They're
see. They're the natural fault line.
yeah,
Or not fault line, but the natural point where things converged.
yeah. So
Okay.
like yeah, so like if you notice, so I did this by accident, but I'm making it real now. So like where like these mountains are like a lot more jagged and a lot more violent
Yes.
looking, that was
Yeah.
where someone went like, nope, up they come. The
Yep.
Estelian mountains are the same. These ones are a lot more sloped and gentle
Yep.
because they are a lot older and they are more eroded.
Okay. So and then that would put those mountains in like the Dragon Temple is starting before the war and everything. So that makes sense.
Yes.
Cool.
Like did that on accident,
Um
but now it's canon.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I love about D&D.
Yeah. So and also they're like, well, these are all also we live on the only natural mountains, like fucking, you know, like that, like so. There's that little bit of like a little bit of like, well, hey, you had to make your own mountains. We already had ours, you know, like kind of thing.
I really like the idea for our campaign, touching back to the other topic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of what we're talking about with the gold dragons, just because like with everything else we've encountered so far, I love it. I love it. It's very thematic.
I'm trying so hard to tiptoe around giving spoilers.
No, I know what the spoiler is. I've already figured it out. Like,
Yeah,
of
I
course
know
I
you
figured
have.
it out.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, we're not gonna say it out loud on stream, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, so, but yeah, just to like finish my thought, yeah, like the gold dragons, I imagine they probably are just very very upset because it's like they as far as they're concerned, they didn't do anything wrong. They were put in a shitty situation. They did the best they could,
mm.
and now they're
So are
and
we
now
saying that they did leave the temple then?
yeah,
Like, are the gold dragons
the gold
okay?
dragonborn are completely gone. Both generations have just left because I imagine that their method of hatching their eggs is probably
They think they can replicate it.
they think they can replicate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else like the other like I know the chromatic dragons are gonna have a hard time hatching their own dragon. Well, the dragonborn are gonna have a hard time hatching their own dragon. The metallic dragons have interesting things.
They do.
Because
So
like a copper, like I could see the copper dragonborn searching out the Essers.
yeah, very much like I imagine like with them, it's like they probably could hatch their own dragon, but like it would take a lot of resources and a lot of time. And I think
Can I offer something? I thought of something.
okay.
Copper is really cool because it interacts with magnetic fields in really fucked up ways.
Uh-huh. You're thinking they have
What
to
if
use big magnets?
I think that they have to use magnetic field.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and I like that idea. Sorry, you
yeah,
can use that if you want. I just like that idea. I'm going to use that for my D&D
that
world.
I mean that was one of the ideas I had because I did know about copper and magnets.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm imagining that like for a lot of them, it's like a lot of them could probably maybe not hatch their dragon, but at the very least hatch like dragonborn. Because
Yes, they're kids
dragonborn
at least.
require like less
Yeah.
uh yeah, like
Well, of course, because the eternal flame can still attach the dragonborn.
yeah. Um
So,
but like I imagine
oh, yeah.
but like
So,
I imagine a lot of the dragonborn don't think they deserve
mm,
to have it. You know, it's like so like the red dragons are completely racked with guilt. I imagine a lot of the others. I imagine the golds are the only ones who have just gone, "Fuck you, we did our best."
I
Mostly
do
because
like the idea that the golds have a they're gold dragons. They have a pride.
yeah,
They have a strong sense of pride.
like I'm imagining that like the gold dragons are the most prideful fuckers, and I did actually have an idea long ago that I scrapped, like back when I made dragons extinct. Like this
Hmm.
is like alpha content. My original
Yeah.
idea was that the king of Estelia, the first king of Estelia, was a gold dragon. But I'm
Hmm.
thinking that like maybe I twist that around a bit. Maybe before the war, like the kingdom of Estelia, like they came in like like the second wave of immigrants after the Caranir. If I jumble the
Hmm.
timeline just a tiny bit and make the Estelians arrive on Karos before the Shadow War,
Hmm.
maybe like a gold dragon helped establish the kingdom and that's why they worship gold. Maybe that's why they're a plutocracy.
Hmm.
They don't know
Interesting.
they don't know that that's why they do it. But
Hmm.
like long ago, like a dragon made of pure gold came to like them as they were arriving like off the fucking shores of the cold marshes and fucking with his servants made entirely of gold helped them establish their first fucking maybe he had like a big gold crest and that's why their capital is called Crestholm.
Hmm.
Like you know like fucking like this massive gold dragon with this big like prominent crest helped them like settle and then the dragon just one day just left with his servants and now like the kingdom has just like worshipped gold in hopes that he would return and over time that original founding myth has like basically been completely
Oh, of
shredded
course.
but
Yeah.
like that love of gold and that worship of the shiny stuff and wealth has remained.
Hmm. I wonder if their lore has like shifted from it being like a literal creature of gold to like a source of gold to like this is just we settled here because there was a gold mine.
I think for them
That kind of
because
bullshit.
well
Like,
because well here's the thing, they practice plutomancy, my gold based wizard
yes.
subclass. So I think maybe their thing, it's gone instead from a creature to instead it being like this primal plutomancer that granted them the
Mm.
magic of
Hmm.
plutomancy. Maybe gold dragons are natural plutomancers.
I mean, breath weapons, eh?
Yeah, like maybe like I mean they still breathe fire, but like maybe like they're maybe they like maybe they have like the ability to like do a little bit of plutomancy just by default. Like we'd have to start making racial blocks at some point, like to fucking figure that out. Like
Yeah.
maybe they have the ability to use one of their like one of plutomancy's like early abilities as like a
Well, just give him a racial cantrip.
yeah like a yeah. I've got to make like
Yeah.
plutomancy spells, but I'm really bad at coming up with like spells. I'm gonna be honest.
I think a good cantrip would be like mold earth, but for gold.
Mold gold,
Mold gold.
mold
Ew.
gold,
Gold mold.
gold mold. I
I
so
don't like that. I don't like how that
one
sounds.
one idea I had was an ability like it was a cantrip called coin flip.
Yeah.
Eh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
I feel like I know how your brain works a little bit at this point.
okay.
So when you say names of things, I kind of get an idea already of like where your
So
brain has gone with that. So
so
yes, continue. I
so the
apologize.
so the idea I had was that the Plutomancer pulls out a coin, and
Hmm.
basically the target of the target of the thing, the Plutomancer gives them an ultimatum, right? And the ultimatum being like, oh hey, like an intimidation check, a persuasion check, or whatever, right? And
Hmm.
if and then the Plutomancer calls heads or tails. The Plutomancer flips the coin, and if the coin lands the right way up, then the thing that they were trying to persuade them, they have advantage on it, and the DC is lowered by 3 because it's basically like, well, the coin, well, dude, we said flip a coin, you know, like it's just a silly little thing. It's very
Hmm.
unfinished, and I probably would do something else with it. But like that was just like an idea where it's like that would be something in Estelia, like a coin flip would be a valid way to conduct business because they're of the
Hmm.
belief that coin itself has a will. So if you flip a
Hmm.
coin and you're like, okay, so heads, you give me like a discount. Tails, I'll pay
I
double.
I really like what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that coin itself has a will.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have such a fun like shopping culture because it would be just like treat yourself. It's like the coins in your pocket, they yearn to be spent on that new dress.
Yeah, like exactly. And they also believe that like if someone spends coin, they'll receive coin in the end. Like literally,
I
it is a
Yeah,
it.
I like that. That's very cute.
Mm,
I definitely like the idea of them like having like a culture where spending money is a good thing.
yeah, like it is
Like,
a super cute capitalist oligarchical hellscape.
mhm.
Hang on, let me pull up Plutomancy real quick. Hang on. Uh
Do you know what I like about doing this
what
with you?
what?
Um, just like it helps so much for me to enjoy the world while we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, no, it helps a ton for me to enjoy the world while we're playing. And there's some stuff where it's like, oh, well, now I have this meta knowledge of things, but it's like we play we play primarily for our audience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I play largely to have fun, but primarily because this is a fun thing to show an audience. I want to tell the story to somebody.
Yeah.
So me knowing secrets and me like helping build the world doesn't detract from my enjoyment of the game when I have meta knowledge.
Yeah. This
It
is a
just
lot.
and to justify this, it doesn't matter if I have meta knowledge. in normal D&D, I can go read the entire history of Faerun.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I can know the entire history of every race, well, whatever's written, but I can know all of the backstory as a player. I can choose to learn the entire history of everything. It's on the internet.
Yeah,
It's not secret. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be secret.
yeah,
All I have to do as a player is make sure that my character doesn't know it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I still need to get better like coming up with spells because that coin flip one, like I want to have because like I want to have stuff that like can really work with like the abilities the Plutomancer gets. So like
Yeah.
for ex-
So
Mhm.
let me look at this.
Should I send
Because
you
I
a
had
link,
an
a proper link?
well, I'm just reading it on the screen in front of me
Okay.
because I can see it.
Okay.
Or maybe you could even just tell me about it. Maybe we can start talking about this.
Yeah, I mean
But
this
I
one's
did have an
already
idea for a little spell for you.
okay. But
Um,
yeah, this if you want this subclass, if you go to patreon.com/nozzivix, you too can play a Plutomancer and use money to fucking cast spells. But yeah, like
so
what?
the
Hmm?
like do the spells generally have like I'm assuming they have money as a material component. Is that
Uh,
kind of the concept?
that is actually like the main thing of Plutomancy. Hang on, let me just read this out. Um, All Masters of Coin, all Plutomancers are capable of casting Distort Value once a day without expending a spell slot with no verbal components. In addition, a Plutomancer may use any coin as a spell focus, though a copper coin may only be
Mhm.
used for first level spells and cantrips, silver for third and below, gold for fourth below, and platinum for ninth and below. So they can
Huh.
use it so long as they have a coin in their pocket, they can cast a spell.
So what about Electrum?
If you use Electrum, you explode.
Okay.
No one uses Electrum. Come on.
Um, what does the one thing that we said? You literally mention Electrum on here. It's in the first sentence of
Yeah,
the
I know.
page.
I'm being an asshole. Fucking if you use
Um,
if you lose, if I honestly, I mostly just didn't use Electrum because I wanted it to be like, it didn't divide by four very well. You know?
I see. I
Yeah.
see. Um,
Uh,
what does the one ability do that you mentioned? It was distort value. Is that where is that from? Which book is that out of?
Acquisitions Incorporated.
Got it. So then it's the one where you propose a value of an item and the person believes you.
Yes.
Because
Unless they pass a check.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that that was a spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to suggest a cantrip where you can bribe people with a single coin and they just like whatever that coin is, like the value of your coin is what they think it's worth.
Yeah.
But that's literally that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
was just going to propose like, "Hey, I'm paying for this." And that's the spell is you pay somebody to do the job and they do it just cuz like you don't pay them the full value, but you pay them and they do it.
Yeah.
That's the spell.
Yeah. Like I want.
It's essentially command, I guess, is what I'm thinking, or a charm or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Like it's like coming up with spells that like are Plutomancy related that haven't already been done by something else
Yeah.
is actually honestly pretty difficult. Um
Mhm.
like it's kind of why I like Steinhardt so much because they created osteomancy, which is bone magic. And osteomancy spells and graviturgy spells but like different from 5e graviturgy. They're so fucking different. It's actually insane. Like uh fucking osteomancy, like you have one spell where you can fire your fucking arm bones out of your arm like a fucking Samus Aran hand cannon. And like it
Like
grows,
Spike from X-Men?
yeah, like Spike from X-Men. Your
Cool.
own bones regrow immediately, but like
Oh
it
no.
pins the opponent against the wall using your own arm bones.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and like I want
I was
that
gonna
level
be
of
like, can you just
creativity.
launch your entire forearm off? Like, would your hand go
Yes.
with it?
Yes.
And then just oh.
And if and they're within 5 feet of a wall, unless they pass a strength check, they get pinned
Does
to the
it come
wall.
out of your skin or does it
Yes.
take it with it?
Comes out of your skin.
Oh.
Yeah, so for like the few seconds it takes for your arm bones to regrow, you're just kind of like loose
Mhm.
skin and muscle. It's osteomancy, and it's a universe that's based on Bloodborne. It's going to be icky.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah,
Plutomancy, though.
yeah, I forgot how much I like Plutomancy though. Like off-plane banking, I think is one of my favorites. Fucking Homebrewery keeps doing this shit, and I don't know what the fuck this is about. It didn't used to look like this.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Greased palms is that you can buy spell slots, essentially?
Yep. Plutomancers can weave wealth and greed into the very nature of magic. At 10th level, you gain the ability to transform the power of wealth into literal power. As an action, you can transform a coin into a spell slot of level you have access to. A first level slot costs 100 GP, with each level above costing an additional 100 GP. You may do this a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier, and uses reset at the end of a long rest. So literally, just like if you really need that like fucking first level spell slot, that's 100 GP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Off-plane banking, I really like. As a master of magical investing, you know a thing or two about diversifying your magical portfolio. Roll your starting wealth, 4d4 times 10, twice. This result places extra planar coins in your inventory that shimmer with an extra planar glint. These coins count as money for all your spells, but cannot be used for purchases as they are not legal tender on your plane.
That's cute.
Yeah. Any
That's
coins,
really cute. I like that.
Any coins not consumed vanish back to their home plane at the end of your next long rest, which one you may use this feature again. In addition, you may use the spell Liamon's Secret Chest to store valuables within, which does not count against your known wizard spells.
That's cute. I really like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, literally, you just have, like, a little bank on the fucking, like, astral plane.
I was thinking, like, do
Mhm.
they have an ability that directly increases their wealth, though? Their real usable wealth?
They do not, but that's mostly because that'd be kind of imbalanced a little bit.
Yeah. Depending how you did it. Like, if it, like, I could see there being a low-level spell that,
Like,
can't be it
like
can't be something that can burn resources to use, though, so spells don't work.
a low level spell, like I'm thinking like maybe like a first level spell that
Mhm.
creates like a certain amount of gold pieces, and maybe like once you reach the point where you get greased palms, like it increases to 100 GP. And then like like maybe like once you get greased palms, it's just like 1-for-1, like spell slot for money and vice versa. But
Yeah,
like early on, it's like 10 GP or whatever, and it goes um, and like maybe like the coins, because they were conjured, they're counterfeit. So if you use those coins in like a
mhm.
thing, you have to pass a check. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like a deception check or something, like against that person's insight or arcana.
Then the name of it should be something about a mint.
Yeah, like fucking it should be called like intellect mint or something. Or
We'll workshop the name.
bottomless pockets.
Bottomless pockets.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Bottomless pockets. And like maybe like F.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Um, can I have an idea, and it's a reference.
Okay.
Um, it's a little bit of a stretch for the pun because I'm using different words because I don't want it to be an obvious reference.
Okay.
But make part of the spell that like you conjure an actual purse that has the coins in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason to conjure a tiny purse is just for the name of the spell and call it Gordon's purse. And it's a
Okay.
stretch on a pun of the big Goron wallet. In the Goron wallet, the one in Zelda,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Gordon's purse. So nobody will get it except us ever.
Maybe like change the Gorgon to maybe sound like the name of a dude. So it's like, it's like
No, no,
Mordor.
Gordon, not Gorgon.
Oh,
Gordon.
Gordon. Okay.
Yeah, a guy.
Yeah.
He's a wizard. It's
Yeah.
just how a wizard's name there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's a valid spell.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gordon's purse. We need to figure out how much coin it actually makes.
It's got to be small. It's got to be just a few, like it's got to
Like,
be the kind of thing where it's enough to like bribe a guard, but not well.
yeah, like maybe
Like it'll get you out of a pinch.
like 20 gold pieces.
I
No,
guess it would depend on the
10.
economy where we are. Because like
Yeah,
in your game, like 20 gold probably is fine because it's a high like it's a the economy runs that way.
yeah.
I feel like in like games that I run, gold is more scarce. I do a lot of like copper and silver.
Hmm. Well, in my thing, like it's like gold is fairly common like when you're in like really rich areas. So it's like once you get to like poorer areas, you know what I mean? Like the economy and the price of stuff depends on where you are. So like
Yeah.
you guys are in like the ritzy area where like this place used to be owned by the kingdom that literally worships gold. So like there's
Mhm.
gonna be gold everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying though. It makes sense in your campaign setting
Yeah.
for it to be a specific number. Um
Like I don't want to just say like you get an amount of gold determined by the DM. Because then the DM could be like, you
yeah,
get
that's a
one
weird
silver. Fuck you.
that's a weird
Mm.
it has to be based off something consistent. Probably something internally consistent in the class rather than normal D&D.
Oh, fucking what if it's like equal to a lifestyle?
Oh, sure.
Because
Yeah.
lifestyles are consistent like across the board.
Yeah. That's exactly the type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's like because Plutomancy is like the wealthy bitch shit. Maybe it's like it's enough for an aristocratic, like 10 GP. It's like 10
Yeah,
GP.
somewhere between 4 and 10 sounds good.
Yeah,
My
like
brain goes to 8. My brain goes to 8. So you're
mm,
still very like if you're using it for a lifestyle, you're very reasonably wealthy, but hmm,
mm.
I feel let's see.
So
Yeah, because it's aristocratic says that you move in circles with the most powerful people. I don't know if just having like plutomancy would be enough money to get you to that, especially because there's other plutomancers.
yeah,
But I
so
think it
like
would create this class between wealthy and aristocratic.
yeah, so like 8 GP, and then maybe like
Yeah.
as you get higher level, you can get more.
Hmm.
It's like maybe like every so like at level 10, you should have like 100, so that way you can go spell slot to money and vice versa.
Yeah, yeah.
So like maybe like
Hold on.
Mhm.
Is this a spell? A can't like what like is does this if this is just a spell instead of we could make it a spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just
Gordon's
make it a
wallet
spell.
Gordon's wallet can be a spell, and then it can scale with spell slots.
Yeah, well, it's like at level
So
10,
I think
at level 10, you
yeah,
get like a thing to turn 100 gold into a spell slot. If you're spending one spell slot for 8 gold, that is like a level of, like, no one's going to want to use Gordon's wallet at level 10.
no, exactly. So instead of it scaling with level, have it scale with what spell slots you use.
Oh, okay.
So if you use Gordon's wallet at its highest level, you get 100 gold and get your spell slot back. If you want to do it that way, or
Well, no,
maybe
because
the
100,
highest
100,
level is 200, so you get like I don't know, make it so you get a net. Uh, at its highest level, you could trade that gold for a spell slot and get a net
well,
increase in your spell slots.
100 gold is a first level spell slot, and then every spell slot above that is an additional 100.
Okay,
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So first level spell slot level 10 at level 10 is 100 gold, and then like second level is 200, etc., etc., etc.
Oh, and just hold on, just make it scale exactly like that. We can do the math later and figure it out, but we can figure out a way that at level 10, the way that the spell scales is if you use its highest, like each spell slot you use. Gordon's wallet, if you use a level 2 spell slot, it would at level 10, um, it would give you the same gold to trade. Like it would go back and forth. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so it's like sorcerers with sorcery points.
Similar, yes.
Okay, well,
It's using gold as sorcery points.
yeah, well, we are
It's a
not.
spell that essentially does that.
We will do a stream at some point in the future where we just make spells.
Yeah.
We were on races for a minute
Yes,
there, and then
yes. Well, that's the fun thing about this stuff is jumping around, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But that sounds like a fun one. Like, I bet you could do that if it like scales. Like, because it scales per level, you get more golds for every so and so, or at this level you generate this much gold.
Yeah.
So just then at 10th level make it so it scales directly equal to the way the ability scales.
Mm-hmm.
So then
That
you can
works.
either spend gold to get that spell slot, or you can cast Gordon's Wallet to get the gold out of the spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe we just put like in parentheses, once you if you unlock maybe we add like a parentheses on Gordon's wallet of like parentheses, if you have the greased palms feature, this spell grants you 100 gold and grants an additional 100 gold for each for each higher level spell slot
Sure.
used.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically just like
That could
because that way
that
like
could actually be. We could do it a little differently. That could be a subsection to the 10th level ability.
yeah, like I think we
Say
should.
that it also enhances the Gordon's Wallet spell.
Yeah. Hi, Icy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to do
Anyway,
a,
we can go back to the
I'd
other
have to do
stuff.
I'd have to do a reprint of the thing, but we should probably put it in the spell also, just in case I forget to do that, or if someone's using an older version of the.
Oh yeah, if this is already out,
Yeah,
then
this is
you're
already
right. Put it in the
published.
spell.
Yeah.
Put it in the spell then.
Go to patreon.com/NOZZIVIX. You can if you pledge like $1, you get access to this plus a bunch of other fun subclasses. Hee hoo. Yeah, like just like in parentheses, if you have like, because that way like you can have other classes use Gordon's wallet, and like they won't get as much out of it as say Plutomancer would, but like
Yes.
a
Yeah.
sorcerer or Eldritch Knight who's in like a little bit of a pinch money wise could use it to get like an extra like 8 or
Yeah.
so gold.
We'll have to make up who the great Plutomancer Gordon was.
Great Plutoman. Honestly, when we get to the kingdom, because we'll probably get to the kingdom eventually. Like we'll figure that
Yeah.
out. Yeah, yes, I see. If you pledge $1, you get access to a bunch of special subclasses, including my favorite one, the fucking Oath of the Sea Dog Paladin, who is just a paladin who fucking is pledged to a dog. He goes Bork, and he is the ocean, and is a very good boy. Shit, Lennon, what were we doing? We were talking about how the gold dragons fucked off, and then I think we finished that. And
Yeah, and then we started talking about Plutomancy because it was directly related.
yeah, like the ancient Astelia was founded by a gold dragon, and then the gold dragon fucked off, and then over time it's just warped to become no, it was a Plutomancer who fucking taught them. What if Gordon was the dragon?
I want to know how we spell it, but okay.
So his actual name is like Gearden or some shit like that, but like
Yes,
over the millennia, it's just warped into Gordon.
I mean, we could even just make it Gearden. Gearden's purse.
Gearden's purse. Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah, and then it sounds very D&D, and the original pun is lost to everyone.
To be honest, that's
fine to me.
But we'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know it's there.
It's funny to me. It'll always be funny to me.
Gearden.
I like it.
I'm imagining it gets spelled like Gearden, like this. Oh,
that looks like dragon riding.
I can't post in your chat. Ah shit. Oh, because I'm
Why?
not signed in on the browser window in my OBS.
Oh no, I saw it in your chat. It's fine.
Okay, Gearden.
Spelled GVRDAN.
Wait, I that's a Y there.
Or is that a Y?
It's a Y.
It was weird on my screen. It was scrolled. Sorry.
Gearden.
What if it is a V though, and it's pronounced like a Y?
Oh, but that would just piss people off, wouldn't it?
I love it though.
How do you get a Y sound out of a GV? I don't know. English is funky, but it's not that funky.
No, there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it. You work in typography in early print, and you use whatever fucking piece for print that fits the space and looks close enough, because those print slugs sure cost a lot of money. This is a real thing. This is a real
I know
practice.
it's a real
That's
thing.
that's why ligatures exist largely. That's why there is the long S shape that is used as an F very frequently. You actually have
Uh-huh.
it on your screen. The F in Kingdom of Estelia is not an F, that is an S.
Yeah.
That
Kingdom
in that
Australia, yeah.
yeah, that's actually a the Kingdom of Estelia. That is also an S in old typography.
Oh, jeez, that's funny.
But that's how you do it. You like
Irden.
yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh,
Or it's
oh,
A V and a U. A V and a U would still make the same name.
yeah.
Gearden could be a
Girden.
U, so a V would be perfect.
And it kind of sounds like gilded or golden.
Yeah,
Oh, that works really well.
cool.
Oh, someone write this down. That's not me because I will forget. Uh,
Fucking. Well, you have your sheet open. You have Races of Chorus. Just put it under Dragonborn really quick.
uh, okay, fucking dragons.
Just all you need to do is write dragons and then the name Gearden.
How are you spelling it?
GV
GV what?
R.
Like that?
And then yeah. I feel like Dragonborn would also throw an apostrophe in there, but that's not necessary.
A dragonborn would, but a dragon probably wouldn't.
Sure.
Like dragons don't have fingers. They can't write. I imagine they probably don't care.
Yes, it's just pronounced. So yeah, somebody else wrote it.
I'm imagining that the draconic is like a entirely is an entirely spoken language, and like dragonborn like have only relatively recently come up with a written form, and it's just so they can write poetry. You know?
Mm.
Like I'm imagining that like Dragonborn amongst the Dragonborn, like their specific brand of poetry has become very very popular because it's like they got all of this like sadness and guilt and like no way to like let
Hmm.
it out, so they do it with like fucking really shitty slam poetry.
Nice.
Like once dragons soared through the air, now they don't. I'm sad. Like a lot of their poems just end with
Yeah,
"I'm sad."
but I feel like they'd be very. I feel like they'd be They won't be metaphorical or They won't be metaphorical or use like comparison. Well, maybe comparisons directly instead of metaphors, but
Yeah,
like direct literal comparisons instead of
yeah.
metaphors. Um, but I feel they'd be very very eloquent.
Mm-hmm.
Like their word usage would be impeccable because that's all they get out of it.
Yeah, they'd be like very very specific about it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
and that's where the nuance and meaning would come in their poems. Isn't the metaphor or what it's saying behind the words. It's not between the lines. It's literally the nuance of the specific intentional wording, only the specific intentional wording.
mm-hmm.
Their poems say exactly what they intend it to, and other races maybe if they've seen their poetry, they don't understand it exactly as poetry, but they might not understand the meaning of the poems because of misinterpretation, because they don't know that they're being exactly literal with every word.
Yeah. Like if I had to write Dragonborn poem, I'd probably need help because I am a very I use a lot of like fucking metaphor and allegory like when I write. So
Yeah.
like I would probably very much need someone's help to fucking do that. Holy
I
shit.
I have a suggestion if you do
Uh-huh.
need some like it would be going out of your way to do an extra thing for the campaign or for the world, but I
Uh-huh.
do know a good writer.
Okay. Like yeah, like I can write. It's just I would need to just make sure I don't use the things they don't use.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
oh
that would
god,
be
like
hard.
imagine you run into a dragon's like a dragonborn like puzzle wall or something, and it was like yeah, you need to like put like a tablet that has like a bunch of different things on it in the right
Hmm.
place, and it's like this creature soars like a bird. And it's like, the fucking answer is the only thing on that tablet that is actually a bird, because they're not making like an allegory or simile or metaphor. No,
It's just a knowledge test.
it's a knowledge test of like
It's a skill testing question. It's not a
which one of
puzzle.
these, yeah, like which one of these is a bird. Dragons probably would use metaphors and talking to the smaller ones, like using metaphors they heard before and just repeating them without much care about if it works. I don't think so. I think that the dragons would be very, very specific with their words, and that's why the Dragonborn don't use metaphor. You know?
Mhm.
Because like because the dragons were like the first godly beings, and as a result, like their children would have known that they were in danger. Because I imagine that before the arrival of the gods, like they were probably very, very scared. Like, okay, well, we are functionally the only gods because Lane has gone down for a nap. We need to make sure that our kids are safe. So they just basically took them to the top of the mountain and basically told them in no uncertain terms, the outside world is dangerous. It will kill you. They'd be the kind of parents who would tell a 8-year-old what death is. You know?
Oh, that would lead to some really cool stuff with the other cultures. Probably
Mm-hmm.
the only one, the one race, Karens. Sorry, can you go back to the map a moment?
Um,
Um,
the
the
car
guys right beside the
the
above
Karen
Cresting Europe.
the Karenir call themselves the Korans.
Karens. The Karens are the only ones that know anything about that have any actual documents about like Dragonborn existing.
Yes, and they're the only ones the
Um,
Dragonborns really are chill with, because I'm gonna be honest, like
yeah,
the human stock that the first generation, like their parents were probably Karens and dragons. So like
I
they
like the idea here. Sorry,
hmm
go ahead. Go ahead. I won't interrupt
No,
you.
no, no,
That's
no,
very
no.
rude.
Like I was saying, like because like if they're made from a union of humans and dragons, then like the Karens are probably the only people like in Karos at the time that probably would have been down to, because they were the settled people. They were the people who had settled
Yeah.
down villages. The Komonger were still going around doing like tribal shit, and the Dalens are always assholes.
So you've led me to an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You've led me to an idea here, and I want to know if you want to talk about this.
Okay.
There's a cool thing that having one culture that hasn't been seen and is treated as a cryptid for a long time. Like, there's a cool thing about that
Mm-hmm.
that we can play with for every other culture. Um, the misunderstandings and misinterpretations of what those people's culture is like and what they're actually like.
Oh, okay.
Because if you have a people that doesn't use metaphors and is very direct normally, um, and only says things that are very like the way they talk is very clear, very apparent of what's visible and observable, right?
Yeah.
They're not using metaphors, they're not using
They don't
like flowery mixed words, they just say what is directly evident to them.
Yeah, they don't sugarcoat at all.
Mhm.
I imagine they don't
They're
I
very
imagine they don't
eloquent in how they would talk, but
yeah.
it's not flourishy, it's not flowery.
I imagine they probably don't lie.
That's the misconception.
Oh, okay.
There's an understanding probably from the sorry, I already forgot how you pronounce their name.
The
The
Karens.
Karens?
Karens.
Karens.
Because they named the continent.
Yeah, okay, so the Karens. Karens.
Hmm.
They're maybe they're the origin of the misconception of how they've interacted with the Dragonborn before. They believe that they don't lie. They believe that like they don't
They
like make
always
things up.
yeah.
Like they think that maybe they why the way they talk and don't use metaphor and stuff um isn't just for clarity because of how they've been taught by their gods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they actually believe it to just be they only speak things that are true and directly true.
Oh,
And
okay.
maybe that's a misconception of these ancient draconic people. The way that in other fantasy series there's an idea that elves never lie or that Vulcans never lie.
Mm-hmm. When in reality, the
Um,
way they lie is just very different.
yes. But like for the Dragonborn, that's just not even a thing. Like they can lie perfectly well. They just have gotten the reputation that they don't.
Yeah. And like maybe like the lie of a dragonborn is different because like when like you or me lie, it's like, hey, like we're either omitting details or we're making details up
Mhm,
whole cloth. Maybe when a dragonborn
mhm,
lies, it's like they're taking an existing thing and that you can visibly see, and they're like uh giving the wrong things. It's like say they see like a bird and they're like, that bird is traveling south by southwest. That means that means it will rain soon. Like basically like encouraging you to leave before it rains. Like,
mhm.
yes, that bird is going south by
Yes,
southwest.
yeah. They
Does
they
not
they
mean it's
use
gonna
their
rain. They just want you to leave.
yes. I like that. They use the way that they do lies is they at least towards the other cultures maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know how they talk. Maybe it's different among themselves, but the way that they lead on the other cultures is just very much we always know what we're talking about, so of course this thing is true.
Yeah, like it's not so much
Like
a
it's
lie of
that thing is right
omission.
there. You can see it.
Yeah, and like
They
you
just
kind
lie about what it actually means.
yeah, and you feel kind of stupid about because you're like, oh, well, yeah, yeah, it is going south by southwest. That's clearly what that means. Yeah, I should probably get go. You know, like they kind of make you feel dumb because they say it so matter of factly and so confidently.
Yes, and because their language use is like so specific and refined. It's
Mm.
just like, oh, I guess you do know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like the vocal equivalent of like wearing a reflective vest and a clipboard.
Yeah, mechanically, is that just like a racial
I think they
proficiency to deception?
I think they would have advantage on deception checks to people who are not dragonborn or are not well versed in dragonborn culture.
So a situational advantage.
Yeah, like you can't lie to
Hmm.
another dragonborn like that, but like you could lie to like a regular person. Hi, murder
Yeah,
rose.
and I do like the idea that that is largely dependent on like this misconception about them.
Yeah. I imagine when they're lying to other dragonborn, it it's I think it's like I imagine they don't lie to each other very often because it's like they know that they're gonna get caught.
Yeah,
Like if a dragonborn lies to another dragonborn, it's because like there's a very explicit circumstance or they just find an observable thing that is something that even another dragonborn might not know. So like for example, the red dragon cult leader we were talking about where he's like um so like for him it'd be kind of sort of a lie of omission, but like as far
hmm,
as but like not really. It'd be like, yes, so if we manage to if we spread the word of the great flame, it will bring the great flame back to its great heat, and then we can hatch the red dragon egg, and then the red dragon will allow us to return to the world. He's leaving out the fact that he plans to usurp them as usurp the red dragon and basically like
yeah.
rule like as like God King himself.
Yeah. This also gives room for them to lie, um, kind of lie, not unintentionally, but like
Like
how I don't have the words
so
to
like
say what I'm saying.
basically be like, why didn't you tell us you were like you why didn't you tell us you were going to pretend to join the necromancer? And it's like, you did not ask. How it goes? It goes good. Like that sort of thing
Hey, Dad,
maybe.
how's it going? Um, I don't know. My brain's not working the sentence I wanted to write,
Like
and I
some
don't know if it's because I'm realizing what I'm trying to say doesn't work, or if it's because I can't form the right words to make it make sense.
I don't know. Like I do think that would honestly be a fun thing for them, like accidentally doing a thing where it's just like, um, It is just like literally like they're not lying. You just did not ask, so they did not think to tell you.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
think lies of omission would be like one of the big things in their culture is just like just leaving out information unless it's actually asked for.
yeah, or if they see it as necessary. So like a lot of times they'll be doing it by
Yeah,
accident, but that is mostly for other races because I feel like the Dragonborns themselves would be like,
they're probably very like I wouldn't necessarily say secretive, but like they hold everything close to themselves
well, I mean
and
the
would
whole
be very
thing of like
standoffish to the other races,
well,
right?
the whole thing about that, like the conciseness of their language,
Hmm.
like because of how concise they are, it's like they're not going to give you more information than what answers your question. So
Yeah.
two
I
Dragonborn having a conversation, if one wants information out of the other, they're going to give the most detailed question possible so that they get the most amount of information. And the other Dragonborn is only going to give the information that answers that specific question. Does that make sense?
mhm. Yes. Um
Like Like,
yeah, no, you do make sense.
yeah, like, what is for dinner tonight? Chicken. Not like how it's cooked. Like, no, what is the
Yeah,
thing we
yeah,
are eating? We are eating
yeah.
chicken. Not like if you ask, hey, what is being made for dinner tonight? What dish is it? He would say, chicken Alfredo. You know, like
Yes.
that's a,
Yep.
still chicken, but like it's a more specific answer. Almost spectrum code. Yeah, almost as if like that's on purpose, huh?
Oh my god. Oh my god, their poetry is the exact opposite. Their
Uh-huh.
poetry, their self-expression is when they put in more details than necessary of the things they appreciate of things.
Oh
It's
my
not
god.
metaphorical, it's literal. And that's why there's beauty in it, is because they talk about things directly,
Yes.
but without omitting anything, with all of their
And
observations.
the more they care about something, like the more
The
detail.
more detail,
So
yeah.
like Dragonborn love poetry is like novel length.
Um,
So like a drag
Dragonborn poetry, the old Dragonborn poetry in the Corin Society in their libraries, the Dragonborn books that these wizards all come to see of this lost society. Um, they do it because it's so good for research, not because it's beautiful to them, but
Mhm.
because it's some of the most detailed descriptions of history, of the past, of these people in their time.
There's a book on Dragonborn biology, but it's actually a fucking a love poem written
Yeah.
between like two lady Dragonborns, and it's like the most detailed fucking anatomy reading of like female Dragonborns that ever exists because they loved each other so much they even went into like their internal organs.
Oh God.
Like no, like literally, because they know what like organs are. They know what their organs are, right? They probably
Mhm,
like
mhm.
know, like you know, they're like literally. It's like it's like this super, like from our perspective, it's this super stride description of like, oh, she had beautiful golden scales, and like she had golden scales, and they were like every scale was angled at a 0.5 degree angle away from her skin. Like that level of like description that gets like so like into the weeds and so like autistically
Mhm.
detailed. The wizards are coming to read it because they're like, ah, yes, okay, we can know what their biology was like. But like, meanwhile, like the fucking girlfriend who received this from her girlfriend is like reading this, and she's just like breaking down, crying because of how beautiful it is in their culture.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
and yes, I made them lesbians. Let's go. Fuck it. I mean, like, cause like I imagine fucking like if they have like external fertilization, then
Mhm.
like you probably they're probably very chill with same-sex relationships because the egg's gonna get laid either way. They just need an outside party to jizz on it.
See, there is something that we
Mm-hmm.
there can't be too much of their poetry available then.
Yeah,
Because
like
if it's that deep, like in their own temples, maybe they have the best records of the world.
yeah, like maybe the
Like
only ones.
accidentally.
Yeah, Like they've got the
Yeah.
best record of everything.
But I see. A lot of their poetry, well, it's amazing research stuff. The poetry about their history isn't a thing.
Yeah, because
There
because
there
they
wouldn't
don't
there
care because
wouldn't
they
be
don't.
records of their own history. There would just
Yeah.
be about the beauty of the world.
Yeah, like any poetry that's about like their history is like either very very short or so undetailed to be useless because they're so
Well,
like
because they don't love it. They're so
yeah.
ashamed of it that they don't talk about it.
Yeah,
There's
like
probably not much writing connecting them directly to dragons as a thing too.
yeah, like a fucking a dragonborn poem about history is like maybe like a sentence long. Like like Zephyr
The
exists.
entire history of dragonkind, the world is beautiful. The end.
Yeah. Fucking like maybe like their poetry about the about the Shadow War is Zephyr was a dick. And that's it.
But when you get into the books on actual, like, if you were to see their poems about the actual shadow creatures,
Hmm.
they would give you nightmares, I assume.
Yeah, like I imagine there's probably like a book in the fucking library in fucking Caranir. And it's like a book that
It's
is
it's not even
locked
a book, it's a
away.
single scroll. It's a single scroll of just one dragonborn's depiction of a battle.
Yeah, and like you like it's locked away in the restricted section. It's in like a padlock. The fucking scroll has like arcane lock on it, and you need like the approval of the speaker of the entire country to fucking like get
The
in there. Because if you read
the
it, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, the story is that it drives you mad, but it's just trauma. You will have
Yeah.
a panic attack.
Yeah, it is like such this detailed and just nightmarish description of like a lesser shadow creature.
Mhm.
Like it's not even like a big important one. It's like the kind that fucking that Nightshade
Houses
is
the velvet
connected
cat.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the kind that Nightshade is connected to. And it's like even
Mhm.
then it's like, oh. Um hang on, let's see. There is a lot of poetry, but it's been attributed to historical and lexicological studies. No one save for the Dragonborn realize it's poetry, so the Dragonborn are really confused why you're essentially reading dirty limericks to your children.
No, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
like. That's exactly what we're saying. That's amazing.
Yeah, but like we imagine that like the Dragonborn poetry itself is very, very rare outside of their temple.
What if Dragonborn are just I think
I,
that goes against some of their vibe. If
yeah,
they can just imprint their emotions, because a lot of it is that their writing isn't emotional to anyone else.
yeah. I
Yeah, the emotion, the reason it's emotional to them is because of its actual honesty, that they
yeah,
actually tell what they're observing and
I
not just the bare minimum of what's required to answer a question.
I think the idea is that they're so literal and so descriptive that reading it like imprints like the visual into your brain. Like even like unless you have like total aphantasia, like
Hey.
reading Dragonborn poetry like puts the exact image into your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Like which is why like when they describe like horrific shit, like it gives you trauma. But yeah, I do imagine that's probably why that like what little the Karanir have is probably like either like just descriptions of the Dragonborn themselves or stuff that like they can't let anyone read because it's a fucking mimetic hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
I
I like when we
do
start building the connections between cultures and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Dragonborn poetry read in the original language is almost like a drug trip. All paintings outside of Dragonborn societies printed in other languages makes it read more dryly. I imagine, yeah, there's probably like a bit of it
Yeah,
lost
no, that
in,
that makes yeah.
yeah,
There would Yes. Yes, I like that.
yeah,
Maybe in their own languages there is like the the way their language is formed naturally has like a cadence and a rhythm that makes it more poetic.
mm.
In the other species, the way
Well,
they hear it,
hang
but
on.
it's still just direct and dry in the
So,
actual
what if the fact that it's written in the language so the dragons are godlike, and this is a written language created to capture the dragon's language, that they still speak. What if
Mm-hmm.
the fact that it is a divine language means that reading it in its original form actually does imprint the emotions of the author and like of the thing they're observing into you. So like when you read it in common, you get that really, really vivid like image in your head. But if you read it in the original
I
Draconic, you get that image on your
yes.
soul. You know?
See, I would almost even step it back a bit and just say like it's like like what you're saying about in common, make
Mhm.
that the effect of it in Draconic, and common is just like I don't personally I don't think it needs that much power inherent to it
That's true.
because it's already very cool.
Yeah.
But I could like the Draconic language is a language I assume Draconic not of the Dragonborns but the dragons themselves is
Yeah.
like very rarely written. The Dragonborn if they're recording their own poetry in that language, like I could see that giving it like the power you're describing
Okay, so like it's
because
just
this is a written language devised by godly beings.
yeah, so if you're reading it in common, it's just like really, really vivid, but if you're reading it in Draconic,
Yes,
it's just like right
it's like
like
you see it.
you see it.
It's a
Okay.
hallucination.
Okay. Have you ever read the novel Snow Crash by No, I have not. I have not.
Um, Neil Stevenson.
Hmm. Dragonborn language just
Oh
naturally
gosh.
has German-sized words that convey exactly what they wanted to say but get lost in translation with
I
simpler wording. Oh, that'd be funny, but I feel like that's getting too deep in the weeds. Hmm?
no, I recognize the title of that book, but I don't remember anything. I don't think I've read it, but I recognize the title.
Hmm. Lennon. Oh, we never talked about
Yeah.
carriage cats last time.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the carriage cats?
Yeah, and I mean I did make them a stat block. I showed that to you, but I don't think I showed
That's
it to anyone
awesome.
else.
Yeah, let's look at carriage cats.
Yeah, carriage cats. So this is what the goblins ride around on. Um, yeah, they've got
To
the
completely jump topics.
yeah. I mean
I
to be
like what we did
fair,
with Dragonborn. I'm
yeah,
very I like I've enjoyed this whole
yeah.
bit. But
The,
yes, let's talk about these cats we've invented.
yeah. Hang on a moment.
That you've invented, really.
Yeah, the concept is basically someone made a mimetic cognito-hazard that has a single word coded in it. It bypasses the mental defenses. It targets a part of the brain that language is built in, communicating meaning without the word itself. Coded phrase can be believe or more sinister, like die, and if you see it and obey. What are the current Dragonborn language is a diluted version of that, change over time by culture. See, I don't think it should be like because of like the innate magic. I think it should be because the Dragonborn are they've all got like that divine spark of dragons in them, and their language is just so direct and to the point and detailed that like I said, like if you have aphantasia, it doesn't work on you, right? So like I think it is
I
literally like a part of your brain that
I
like is just
imagine it hold on.
mm, mm,
Sorry.
mm, mm.
I have a reason why it might work the way it does.
Okay.
If it's written in Draconic.
Okay.
Dragons are one of the oldest races, right?
Yes.
If not the oldest race.
Yeah, they existed at the beginning of time, so I think they might actually be the
So,
oldest.
yes. Yes, I have an idea for why it might like bring up such a clear visual, why it might actually put an image into your brain and burn that there.
Okay.
Um, they named everything in the first place, didn't they?
Oh shit, you're right.
It's the old trope. It's the true name trope. It's a normal everyday fantasy trope.
All right.
Draconic is the like it's usually Elven, but here we are with Draconic being the true language.
Yes. Yes.
And that's why the Dragonborn value their clarity in words so much, because if you're speaking the true names of things or writing the true names of things, you have to be like I don't think your world necessarily needs like you speak the true name and you have control over it,
No, like that's always rubbing the wrong way.
but but in a lesser extent you speak the clarity of your statements is crystal.
Mm.
speaking that language.
Yeah, like they don't need metaphor and they don't need
Like
simile because it's like,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Like they don't they that's why the Dragonborn don't speak with that, because it's unnecessary in their mother tongue.
yeah.
It's they have full pure clarity, and they probably don't understand like simile and metaphor as much because it doesn't work with their language.
Yeah, like why would you describe something as being like another thing when you've crystallized
You
those things down to their
yes.
pure essence?
Yeah, just by hearing the word, you know exactly what that person has said to you.
Maybe that'd be like another racial feat the Dragonborn get. Maybe they get the ability to play like if they if they hear a word, if they hear a word in a language they speak, they can immediately know like basic information about that thing because they know its true name
Um,
in Draconic.
Mechanically, something with an
Mechan
insight,
Yeah, mechanically, like it would give you advantage on history check.
linguistic
Yeah,
insight.
yeah, like linguistic insight or like a history
Yeah.
check about a specific item.
So, Liv, is
Mm-hmm.
carriage cat a play on the word car cat?
I don't know. I don't know. It could be, perhaps. Hmm.
So, for anyone who's missed it before, let me tell you a fun thing about goblins. Goblins in Koros have a unique, specifically, sorry, I should say the Burrows goblins.
Yeah. Other goblins have different naming schemes. Yeah.
Yes. And again, the Burrows is a goblin settlement that is the only goblin settlement I know of that is a mine.
Yeah. It's just about the only one. The rest,
Yes. So
most
the
other
Burrows,
goblins are horticulturalists.
mhm. The Burrows goblins um, have a unique thing where at a certain age they go out on an adventure, they go out on a naming quest, and they find an object or item or thing to bring back to their village to take to their leader. And that elder leader, usually it's I would say their leader's almost always an elder.
Mm-hmm.
But that leader then tells that goblin what the thing they have brought back is, and that the name of that item becomes that goblin's name.
Yes.
So in this world, in this universe, we do have a car cat.
Yes. He's the one who he found a colony of carriage cats, um, and brought them back to the burrows. Because so all goblins have carriage cats, right? That is a thing that is like across the board for them. But like most villages and groves of goblins only have one colony of carriage cats to work with. So like like the number is limited, and most goblins they have to restrict their birth rate. Otherwise, like there won't be enough cats to go around. Um,
Largely, this is part of what's led to the success of the burrows as a goblin colony, is that accelerated growth rate.
yeah. So they've got two entire colonies of these cats to work with. So they are able to basically have twice the babies.
Um, but the point that I was making here,
Hmm.
to jump back,
Sorry.
is the carriage cat a wordplay inspired by car cat? Uh, in universe, in the game, in this world, it's the exact inverse of that.
Outside the game, who knows? Ooh.
Outside the game, it might be very obvious.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to ask him. Be like, hey, is this? I don't know. Okay. But yeah. So their whole
It's
thing,
fun lore.
it's fun lore.
It's fun lore for this specific world.
Exactly. Um. Yeah. So they're basically function as mounts, but they're mounts that can do a little bit of hitting. This is your baseline carriage cat. I do want to make a
Could you possibly zoom in for us?
further. Okay. Is
Yeah,
that good enough?
yeah, I would say.
Yeah. So they scale with like horses and axe beaks pretty well. But the base one's not super great at fighting. I'm thinking I might make a combat carriage cat at some point. Um, but I'm gonna be honest, if someone wanted to have one as like a beast, like if they wanted to be like a beast master or something, You could probably like the Tasha's Beastmaster rules. You could probably, just make them a creature of the land and reflavor stuff, and it probably work just fine.
I mean, I'm sure other societies also have used carriage cats for things before.
Yeah,
Like they've
yeah,
probably goblins were probably the first, but
probably.
other
Um,
like goblins aren't like
no, they're
an
not.
outcast race in this world. So
No,
other species would definitely see that that's possible and
yeah, yeah. You probably get the occasional
emulate them a little bit.
person. Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
get the occasional person who rides a carriage cat instead of a horse. But like, yeah, I imagine
Hmm.
The Nemeans would probably think it'd be weird.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so like most Nemeans ride either horses or axe beaks. I call them axe beaks. I want to call them something else because axe beaks is specifically a Faerun thing, but like my brain immediately goes to chocobo, and like I can't do that one either.
Describe the bird for me.
It's basically a massive fucking ostrich.
Hmm.
Um, and like it's got like this razor sharp beak, and they're very
Okay.
ornery birds, but they're very loyal once they're domesticated.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I have to bring up a web browser,
Okay.
and I don't want to. I just have to close my display capture for a second. Okay. So,
Okay.
um, let me find some names for you.
Cloud Strider is a World of Warcraft thing. Uh, yeah, those exist in
Do
World of
they
Warcraft.
do they fly or do they not?
They cannot fly. They are flightless birds.
Um, um, here's one. This is gonna sound weird.
Okay.
This is my suggestion, and you
Okay.
can find another common name and call them anything. But
Okay.
what if just like um, I'm trying to parse how I want to put these words together
Mm-hmm.
because my brain goes to Struthiopacium as a species for the bird because
Hmm.
that essentially means ostrich elephant.
I mean that's also a scientific name. Like I imagine they
Yeah,
would
it
have
is.
like
But
a
like my brain goes to like for animals, like going with something
mm-hmm.
like that, like a scientific name, and then either compressing that into a common way to say that scientific name, or
Yeah.
like taking inspiration from a stupid thing from that to what it would
Yeah.
be.
Uh how
Because like you
about
could just like call them, you could take like the scientific name and then shorten it and just call them. Well, that would just mean ostrich if you just call them strathos.
yeah. Um so I mean it also depends like who uses them. So like I okay, Lennon, who do you think should write these things?
The birds.
The birds. Who should write the birds?
What's their habitat?
So
Oh, live.
what?
Do you care where they go, or do you want like full just suggestion?
Just I do not care where they go. Just tell me who
Show me the
writes them.
marshes. Give me the marshes. Where's the marshes? The cold
The
marshes?
marshes, the cold marshes. The cold marshes is not settled. This is a place where they send criminals.
Cool. Can criminals ride axe beaks?
You think like hang on. Okay,
I
hang
think I
on.
think I I think I have an idea though.
Okay, give me your idea.
It's are cold marshes literally cold marshes?
They are, yeah, they are ice cold. And if you step in them, like if you fall into the marshes and you touch the mud at the bottom, it sucks you
Huh?
down and you fucking either drown or freeze to death, whichever one comes
So
first.
I'm imagining them if we put them there.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like a really big buff flamingo,
Uh-huh.
But that's why their buff is it's cold. They need to be thicker.
And
They're
people
they're like they're the construction that they are to withstand the cold and the icy waters. So
people
they have the big ass long legs. They have like big like feathery everything's like thick feather coats.
people ride them across the water.
Yeah, for safety.
Fucking yeah, and they're like usually ridden by criminals, but other people have taken them up over time just because like they just spread out.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't do great. Like they probably wouldn't do great in they'd be uncommon out in the rest of the world because you have that desert right there and they'd travel really harshly through there.
Yeah, but like once you get them out of the desert to like the
Yeah,
Kisalan Mountains.
if you get them into the mountains, they'd probably do great. If you get them anywhere that's like along the rivers, along anywhere there's water for them.
Okay, so they're
Anyway,
oh, sorry.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to I want to call like marsh stalkers or something. Like change their name based on their location now.
Yeah. So like in the marshes they're called marsh striders. Everywhere else they're like
Marsh
ice.
striders, yeah.
They're like ice striders.
Sure. Yeah.
Ooh, or replace strider with runner because maybe they're like really fucking fast.
Yeah.
Because so another way to keep their body heat up is by being very very quick. I guess their blood
Mhm.
pumping.
Mhm.
So they're so like in the marshes they're called marsh runners. Everywhere else they're called ice runners, and it's like if you take them into the desert, they're going to fucking die. But like if you take
Yes, they
them
will overheat and die.
if you take them basically anywhere else, that's like the mountains or
If you're
the
like in
mountains
the
or
plains,
north.
if you're in the plains or like the more temperate areas, like you're still gonna have to be fairly careful about them if it's
Hmm.
the wrong season. You have to watch them. They need a lot of water.
Yeah, I
Um,
like if you were like in like north of the kingdom and like in Crestingrove and up, I imagine
mhm,
they'd probably be fine. But in the Nemean Empire and like the Republic and like the more temperate areas down here, they probably would not do very well. But you could probably keep, so long as they weren't in the desert, you could probably keep them
yeah,
alive. You just need to be very careful.
yeah, they'd be a very specialty thing
Hmm.
down in the south.
Oh shit. I
The over in Varingshold,
hmm.
is that
Baringsold,
how it's
yeah.
pronounced?
Baringsold, yeah.
Varingshold?
Um,
Um, I bet they would be like I don't think they'd be native to that area, but I could imagine them being very
they're
adaptive.
yeah, like the Varing are raiders, so I imagine they probably would have stolen some and then like raised them.
Yeah, if it's long enough back, maybe there's like the way that there's the snowy owl bear.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
Like
there's a
maybe there's
snowy
the marsh like we have our marsh runners, maybe those are like the ice striders. They're the same bird. They're just a regional.
yeah,
They
and
have a thicker they have a thicker coat. They have a thicker coat and their legs aren't as fatty.
so okay idea. So the
Mhm.
Varing they're based on like Vikings and Mongols, right?
Mhm.
What if they're ice runners or snow runners, whatever we're calling them?
Yeah.
What if they're taller than the mud runners, so that they can use them as basically like mobile like archery platforms?
See, I assumed that the mud runners were the taller ones because they have to stick out of the water better.
Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah. Actually, no. Maybe the other way around. Maybe these ones have shorter legs so that they're
I
faster.
could see them have yeah, I could see them having like shorter but more like being like bigger feet, like bigger claws. The talons would be bigger on those ones.
Yeah, because they're bred for war.
And for just running on ice.
Yeah.
They got natural ice spikes.
Yeah, yeah, so the mud runners they're taller and they're maybe a little bit slower. Oh, what if
Mhm.
fucking ice runners can dash as a bonus action to like be like make them
Oh no.
faster? Huh?
Apparently on my stream it looks like you're trying to peek up my skirt.
Oh man, there's no orbs up here.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's a good thing. I'm glad. I'm glad. The orbs are gone.
Oh, jeez.
I never have to ponder them again.
Hi, Kai. Oh
Hi,
god,
Car.
yeah, like I do like the idea of like people having like different mounts. Like the Nemeans probably ride horses, assuming they don't just like I imagine there's probably more than one Nemean or even just like citizen of the Empire because it's not just Nemean. Because remember, they're a full meritocracy, so
Mhm.
like they're not racially based at all. Like I imagine there's
Can I
probably
see
like
the Nemean Empire?
yeah, I imagine there's probably like more than a few of them who just like completely disregard mounts entirely because it's like, no, I'll go on my
So
own two legs. Fuck you.
where are the Nemeans from? You said they're from somewhere.
They're from overseas, yeah. Like long ago, like they're not like super long ago, like maybe like a couple hundred years ago. They're about as old as like America. Like there was
Okay.
a coup in their homeland, which is
Do we
confusingly
do
also.
we
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
do we have like a history for what type of people they are?
Um, they used to be like this really bad, like imperialist nightmare state, but then they like I said, like 200 so years ago, they fought the elves. They lost super hard. Their
Mhm.
king died, and they lost their god temporarily. So now they are a meritocracy that believes in hard work above all.
Got
And
it. I think I have an idea that would work.
okay,
If you want, like, can I propose a big like a amount for them?
sure,
It's a big fish. It goes on land. It's a fish with legs. They have a lot of lakes and rivers.
they do. What if it's salamanders?
And yeah, what if it's a salamander? What if it's yeah, it could be a salamander.
Yeah, they
I
ride
like
like
the idea that these people, they're a laborious, industrious people. They they work these waters. They fish these waters
yeah.
to the point where they learned how to safely fish the Fey pool,
Yeah,
right?
like yeah, like maybe like fishermen have still those salamanders, and they just kind of lounge on the top of the water while the fisherman on the back is like pulling fish aboard,
Yeah,
like
so
instead of
it
boats.
may the Nemeans like they like their fish. They're cat people.
Yeah,
They spend so much time near the water that these great big salamanders maybe they just kind of domesticate themselves over time.
yeah, and like I
The
imagine,
Nemeans they throw them a couple fish every once in a while. The
yeah,
salamanders just kind of lounge on the shore.
I imagine like, and also because they most Nemeans growing up, like young Nemeans, do become adventurers. I imagine that they also take like these salamanders are like really wide ranging across Koros as well. So
Oh,
like
absolutely.
like you can always get one.
Yeah,
Like
there
basically whenever you go to a stable, it's like there's horses and then there's these salamanders and occasionally
yeah,
you'll see like a carriage cat. But
there's
like
there's there's a variant, there's a slightly smaller variant in the north under that river where near Kislin's Breath.
yeah.
They have a smaller variant. The cold water, they don't get as big.
I
They're
imagine
they're
well
brighter they're
um,
brighter in color, but they're still like essentially the exact same creature is what I'm thinking.
they're not domesticated at all though, because I imagine that the people of Kislan's Breath they would be straight up like, no, I am going to ride a horse. I don't care. Like because remember
Oh, absolutely. No,
these are
they're
the
they're
theocratic
not the natural mount
fascists.
of them. Yeah, they're not the mounts of those people.
Yeah.
But when Nemeans have found those salamanders too, they've brought some back for sure.
I imagine that for like a Nemean whose family are these salamander breeders, I imagine like if one of them ever found their way into Kislan's breath, they probably like made it. They probably like turned it into a mission to like sneak into this fucking North Korea and just kidnaps and just steal some eggs. Like
Yep.
and that's their adventure because like if all they want to do when they grow up is become a salamander breeder, like the
Mhm.
number one thing that's going to do is like, ah, well fucking if I go on this adventure to liberate these eggs from these horrible fucking nightmare people, then I'm going to be looked upon like really well by like the rest of the salamander breeder community. um
Um, can I suggest a regional variant for a very small region?
okay,
And it is in the Nemean Empire.
okay,
The salamanders of the Fey pool.
you think they're kind of fucky?
I think they're kind of fucky in the way that there's one type of salamander in real life that is everyone's favorite salamander, and
The
that's where they
axol
live.
the
The
axolotl.
axolotl. Yeah, the Faypool salamanders are axolotls.
What if those are the ones that like they give to adventurers?
Uh no, I don't think so.
No?
Because they're stuck underwater, and the
Oh, are
reason
they?
axolotls can't come out of water.
Oh, I thought they. I thought okay. I thought axolotls were just like regular salamanders, except they had the cool
No,
mustache and
they're
were immortal.
so this is the cool thing about the axolotl
Mm-hmm.
is they don't metamorphosize.
Oh.
They're eternally babies, and that's why I suggest them for the Fey pool because the magic is stopping their natural transformation.
Oh, okay. So like, there's just these giant axolotls in the Fey pool.
Yeah,
What if they're the ones that are used
probably not a
by?
lot of them. There's just a couple of them, but
What if they're the ones that are used by the fishermen? Like the fishermen like can't like maybe like the fishermen that live on like the edge of the pool. Maybe they have like these trenches that go into their houses so they can have their axolotl like and it's part of the family.
oh yeah, I get I definitely. It's like the people who live and work on the water would definitely use those as their companions,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't be as useful for someone who's gonna like go out into the plains or like
Yeah, or go on an
travel up the
adventure. Yeah.
Delaware. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I imagine that like God, I'm just imagining just like if there's a Nemean adventurer coming because you can just see this big chunky fucking salamander coming. It's like I imagine they're
Mhm.
probably not as fast as like regular horse. Like I imagine that's probably why adventurers take them. Like if an adventurer takes a horse, is because they want speed. If they're taking a salamander, they're either really proud of like their culture, or they want
Mhm.
a mount that can just fucking bowl over a fucking like, I imagine these salamanders are probably really strong relative to horses, but like a lot weak, like a lot slower.
Yes, I imagine them being the shape of like the giant Chinese salamander. So they're
Mm-hmm.
these like really squat, wide guys,
Hmm.
and they can scramble and they can bolt if they need to in an emergency. But like, I'm just imagining they're an intimidation as a mount. They're more about intimidation than they are about being like
Yeah. So
fast.
like, a carriage
And
cat has.
They're probably incredible cargo
Oh
creatures
yeah,
too.
yeah, like fucking, like they're probably like tied with like carriage cats and draft horses. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, like I'm imagining that like they're probably like about as fast as a draft horse, about like 40 feet movement. So like if you're riding one, like you're probably not going to be winning any land speed records, but like it
Hmm.
probably has like hella fucking health, or maybe it has like regeneration. Like
I think salamanders do actually have natural regeneration.
yeah, so like maybe
So yes,
like yeah, so maybe like every turn like it regens like 1d10 HP. So it's like uh it has like the amount of health that like a draft horse would. So
oh,
like hmm?
what about that? I imagine an axolotl-like creature undergoing that one in a million metamorphosis would be quite an event in this culture. Um,
Probably.
so most axolotls in real life, um, if you succeed in forcing them to metamorphosize, they
Mm-hmm.
look very much like a normal tiger salamander.
Uh-huh.
But I could see that having a very special place in their culture, and like maybe that's like where their leaders or their nobilities get their mounts for travel is from the very rare metamorphosized axolotl.
Um, but this is still a baby one, right? This pink one here.
No, that's an adult. It's just they don't
Well,
metamorphosize.
you know what
Like
I mean.
yeah, um, I'm wondering if that top corner one might be no, the
This
one
one?
that didn't look like an axolotl. Yes, this first
Oh.
one, the
Oh,
very
well,
first image.
what's this one at the bottom?
That's an axolotl.
And this is an adult?
They're not. That's what they look like. That's a salamander. That's what an axolotl is, a non-metamorphosized salamander.
Uh-huh.
So I believe that's what this is showing, that salamander came from an axolotl.
I'm
They
confused.
do look really weird because, well, normally a salamander, like when they metamorphosize, they lose the ridge on their tail, and they lose the apparatus for breathing underwater, which is what the hairs and gills, like that's their gills.
Damn
So they
it.
lose
Alright.
those. Yeah.
So my thought was that the rare one is like one that is used for like royals and such. And the
Yes.
main reason they have it is because it has the frills, and the frills look like a crown.
I mean, in your version of these creatures, you can do that.
Hmm. Yeah,
You
I
could
think I might do
distinct.
that.
I like. I would like the idea that they keep like the gills. Um, they keep the gills, and maybe this is a trait specifically because of the Fey pool
Yeah.
that this can happen.
Yeah,
I'd like
they keep their gills.
they keep their gills. Maybe they turn like a dark, almost a black color. But the
Ooh.
gills stay that like bright pink,
Hmm.
and then they'd probably lose like the tail ridge that helps them swim as fast in water.
Yeah.
So they'd be much more like they'd be very like lithe and agile compared to the other ones, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, like that, and that's like reserved for like whenever one is born, it's taken to the capital, and it's like a big deal. It's like a sign that like it's the sign that the harvest will be blessed or something, and that is like now the queen's mount.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like these creatures. I like all the
I
stuff we're coming up with for this
Yeah.
world.
I'm gonna have to make stat blocks for these, Lennon. Why do you do this to me?
Um, you only need to make stat blocks if we encounter one.
That's true. That is very true.
Or you could just make stat blocks for when you release your creature stuff on your Patreon,
You
which
know
is
what?
what was the
That's
website again?
patreon.com/Nozivix. Nozzivix. Oh geez. Hee hoo. Speaking of, the Oath of the Sea Dog Paladin just got released for everyone, so if you want a little taste of what you want, you can go to that same website and get the Paladin subclass for free.
I have been raided.
Oh my god! You
Hello,
wanna
welcome in. Hello,
do your spiel?
raiders. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself from you, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Wait, can I?
you don't have to, Lydia. You don't have to. I am
Okay, I won't.
sleepy. I am
Yeah,
sleepy, so you can just
my
go.
mute button's not working anyway.
Oh
Hi guys,
no.
hello. Sorry, one second. Era, is it Era? Is that how it's pronounced? Era the Fox? Hello, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How's everyone doing? My name's Lennon. I'm here with Liv, the doll.
Hello.
We're talking about TTRPGs. We're world building for the campaign that Liv runs for me and other people.
I'm also
I would
sleepy a little
love,
bit.
I would love to see something, Liv. I have a
Hmm.
suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Ara, um,
Ara.
Ara,
Ara.
um, hello. Okay, so suggestion.
Ara. Ara. Yeah.
um, we should collect all this information in an easy to read PDF one day.
We should. I'm gonna be honest. A world book is like once I'm done with all the subclasses I want to do, I was gonna make a world book. That's a lot of
That would be
that.
amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I mean that's the end goal. Like I have my subclasses, and then I have to make the Golemancer class, and then I want to make the world book.
Well, if you ever need more help doing this, like I'm
Lennon,
always around.
I super do.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I like doing this with you.
Yeah. Oh shit! You got many things
I
thrown
got
at
oofed.
you.
I got many things thrown at me.
Yeah.
I got oofed.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, Lennon.
How
Next.
was sorry,
Yeah.
Raiders. Thank
Oh
you. Thank you for
jeez.
being here. Um I have to do the obligatory. How was your stream? How were things for you? Also, um if you need to go take a rest, if you need to go take care of yourself, feel free. Don't feel obligated to stay and chat. Go take care of yourself. There we go. Sorry, I had to do the rest of it. You okay, Liv? Did Liv disappear?
What?
Oh, you vanished for a moment.
What? No. I put my head down
Did
for a moment. What?
oh, did you fall asleep?
I may have done. I just put my head down and just
Oh no.
uh, uh, uh
Is Joel sleepy?
I'm a little asleep. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This is fun.
It is very
Uh
fun. I do very much enjoy this. I was going to remind you that we're coming up on what has been our normal ending time,
oh
though.
shit fart. All right.
So I wanted to just gauge how you're doing, and gauging how you're doing, you just fell asleep for a second.
No, I'm fine. Shit. I wanted to actually make a stat block for the dwarves. Fuck. Shit. That's what I wanted to do today, and then we just got lost in the weeds.
I don't
Uh,
think we got lost in weeds. I think we did an amazing amount of
yeah,
world
I mean,
building.
we did, and it was a lot of fun.
We never finished talking about carriage cats, though.
We
Again,
never did again. Okay, well, let's finish. Let's finish. We got 15 minutes.
yeah, let's go.
All right, so carriage cats. So they are desert cats usually, but like, well, at least the ones that the burrows goblins use are
Yes.
desert cats. So they're like burrowing creatures. Thank you for the follows, by the way. I appreciate it. Oh, and a hyd. Oh, I don't have a sippy. Oh, well, we're leaving in 15 minutes. So I'll get a sippy then. I have a soda stream, and it's very useful.
hmm
Fucking, did you know that like Soda Stream soda has like half the sugar of like fucking canned soda? What the fuck?
Yes, I am aware. I have a soda stream as well. It's great.
Like, I was talking with Sai the other day, and I was like, "Hey, do you want like a root beer?" And Sai was like, "Well, how much sugar is it gonna?" Go like, "Oh, it's like 16 grams." And Sai was like, "That sounds like a lot." And I was like, "No, it's not." And I went to go grab like a can of root beer, like fucking A&W,
Mhm.
and it's like fucking almost 40 grams. Like, holy
Wild.
shit, that's
Yeah, wild.
insane. Sorry. But yeah, but the burrows goblins specifically have like more like desert burrowy cats, but regardless, like they all look like palace cats because that's cute, and I want that to be a thing. I
hmm
imagine goblins elsewhere might have like more short hair cats, especially if they live in like areas where like having that long hair would be a problem,
hmm
like super like rainy areas. Linen, linen. What if, like the Nemean, in the Nemean Empire, where like there's a lot of lakelands and stuff. What if like
hmm
what if their carriage cats are like short hair, short hair cats,
Yeah,
and they look like sand cats.
that would be very cute.
Um, sand
Hydrate
cat.
and stretch. You got it.
Like look at him, Linen. Look at him.
That's cute.
Yeah. So like just one of these with like the
They have
size
the
of like
same
a
head
horse.
shape. They have the same head shape
They
as the palace
do.
cats.
Yeah, so like the ones in so the ones in the me
Hydration.
in the ones in the Empire look like this, and then like the ones in the desert look like this. Like that I like that a lot. It's like this big like fluffy bastard. Um
They look surprisingly similar.
they do. I think it's because they're both desert cats technically, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oof. Oh, head pat. I got it.
Yeah.
I won't
Um
fuck it up this time.
yeah. Blah. But yeah, so the Burrows
Oh, it's
goblins,
right in my eye.
oh no. So the Burrows goblins, they've got like 2 colonies, so they don't have to limit their birth rate as much, meaning that they've just been able to just go ham. And they're like built right onto a mountain that their current elder led them to a little like a decent while ago, and it's just full of gemstones. So they export gemstones and such. Ah, thank you for the hip hats. Thank you. I don't know why it's going to the wrong direction, but thank you.
I imagine the excess of carriage cats in the Burrows community. Um, I imagine that's part of what's led to like the exact relationship that they have.
Probably.
Um, as like the cats kind of have like their own culture that mimics the goblins' culture against like it
Mm-hmm.
reflects back to them, and
Yeah.
that's probably because of the size of the colony, where like
Yeah.
the cats can build kind of their own culture in their own cat way.
Yeah. Like I imagine that like the other goblins have their own culture with the cats, it's similar, but it's a lot more developed with the Burrows goblins. Because like the Burrows
One moment, I
goblins.
have to step away for a second.
Okay, okay.
Continue talking because I have heard most of this.
Yeah, yeah. So the Burrows
I'll be right back.
goblins, they have so they're mostly miners and such, right? So they have their druids and such, but they don't have like super many. So, but like, so their culture with the carriage cats is probably developed over time to become very much a symbiotic kind of thing. I imagine the other goblin tribes across Karos, their relationship with them is similar, but not as. Oh, Lennon is hiding behind me. Oh, geez. Um, their relationship with the carriage cats is probably a lot. It's not like cool. It's not like cooler. Like they still love each other, and they're still like like a it's still like a hey no this is my goblin or this is my cat etc. Like the stalwart companion feature probably still exists. Um, but the but like because there's fewer goblins and fewer cats, like it's like you will occasionally run into a cat without a goblin or a goblin without a cat just because it's like there's either too many cats, not enough goblins, or or more likely too many goblins, not enough cats. And I imagine that a goblin without a carriage cat is probably like they're probably not maybe not a pariah, but maybe like they're seen as not actually an adult, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like
I mean,
it doesn't happen super often in the
are
boroughs because you
yeah.
have like a surplus, but like in like other places, it's more likely to happen because most of them only have one colony to work with.
Hmm. And my understanding in our lore, our burrows goblins, before they go and get their own names,
Mm-hmm.
they share the name that they originally have, which in the burrows is the goblins are named after the first sound they make for the first few years of their life.
Mm-hmm.
But my understanding is that they share that name with their chosen cat for the first few years.
Yes, exactly. And then when they get their name, the cat keeps the name, and the
Mhm.
goblin gets the new one. Did I eat
I
today? I
assume
ate toast. Sorry.
is that something that is just unique to the burrows
Yes.
goblins?
Yes.
Cool. So
Uh,
that does also lend to a bit of that possible disconnect between in the other goblin communities
yeah.
between them and their cats.
Yeah, like in other so like for the Nemean goblins, because I've been working on them a little bit. The Nemean goblins, they do have a thing where like the goblin and the cat is named at the same time. But like the names often explicitly like pair each other up. So in the Druid Grove that's in Rune Rest, for example, which is all the way down here. Um, in Rune Rest, the Goblin Grove there will name, say, like one. If one goblin is called Bark, right? His cat would be named would be named Trunk, for example, right? That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like the like so like the cat is kind of seen as like the greater not the greater half, but like the like the goblin is so like the goblin protects the cat and the cat protects the goblin. So like
Mhm.
like a tree trunk, if a tree trunk had no bark, it would be weak as shit, right? But the bark
Yes.
would not exist if not for the tree. Does that make
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so like you would have another one called leaf and stick. You know,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. But that's like specifically for the Druid Grove. Like I imagine for like at Flatscar or First Pride, those goblin communities that are a lot less druidic would probably have their own thing, and even then, it might even be just it's like inspired by Nemean names. So like you might get like a goblin who's named fucking Antonius, and his cat might just be named maybe a diminution of it. So you got Antonius and his carriage cat Ant. You know, like different communities have different naming conventions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
yeah. But fucking the druids and the burrows goblins, their connections are a lot closer than the others. Like
I
I
mean,
like
I
like
also understand it. Like that
Mhm.
makes sense because I understand that the Burrows goblins before becoming a mining settlement, um they were part of like the druid, the circle of growth.
Yeah, and they still have some of those druids with them. Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah, they have
every
their own little circle
yeah
within their community.
like every goblin community has at least one druid. It's just like different communities have those druids play different um uh fuck, what's the word? Different importance, I guess, or different like prominence. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mm,
So like in First Pride, which is like an adventurer town, most of those goblins grow up to become adventurers. So like there's not very many druids around. But in Flatscar, that's a farming community. So while you're going to have druids there, there's also going to be farmers, and like so the druids are like they're important, but they're not the most important. And then you've got Rune
mhm,
Rest that is completely run by druids.
mhm. And then you have the Burrows, which is majority rangers.
Yeah, majority rangers, but you have druids, and like
Yeah.
you
And
have
it's largely is that like druidic influence on the just
yeah.
general mining population that pushes them towards that ranger kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then like well, and also the fact you've got a lot more cats as well.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. It's they're all Beastmaster Rangers because of it.
yeah, so it's like I don't want to say that like say like First Pride they don't care for their carriage cats because they do, but it's like
Oh yeah, it's a
that
different
friendship,
connection though.
yeah, like that friendship is like a personal connection versus hey our both of our species religion says we have to rely on each other, like and like fucking the difference between like the relationship between Bark and Trunk is going to be one of like, ah, yes, our people work together and like we're friends because our culture basically demands it essentially. Versus Antonius and Ant is gonna be like, hey Ant, what's betting I can't fucking hit that fucking bugbear over there in the face, you know? Oh, what if goblins? Ah, shit. Okay, like I think it's too late to fix now because like fuck, I've already in. But like, what if goblins get a fucking telepathic bond with their carriage cat like by like default, right? Like there's some sort of druidic
Um
ritual when they're kids and it's like they have like telepathic communication with their carriage cat. And that's why carriage cats go into like a suicidal rage when their goblin dies. Because it's like
ooh.
they can never have that again. That is a connection they only get once.
So let's get into some world building lore stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Um so that's specific to the Burrows goblins.
I what if it's
Yeah?
specific to all goblins? Because every single one of them gets one.
Okay.
So like every goblin has a
Well,
telepathic.
but
So like
there are we did establish that some communities don't
they don't feel
have
like there's a
enough cats for goblins.
yeah, which would explain why goblins that don't get a cat
Mhm.
are seen as lesser and also vice versa because they don't
So
have that.
what causes that like connection though?
So I think like we talked about it before. Like when a carriage cat, well, so when a goblin is born, they're brought to the place where like the carriage cats are bred, and like they are basically shown to like the existing stock of carriage cats, and like the one that they click with, like the one that they're most like compatible with, is the one that is then chosen to be theirs, and then there's this big ritual, and like kind of like a baptism kind of
Mhm.
thing. And then like when the ritual is complete, like over time as they grow up, they develop this like telepathic bond where it's like so long as they're within like say uh 30-40 feet of each other, they can communicate telepathically.
I have an idea for this.
Yeah.
Because is it like a magical, like it's literally a magical telepathy
Yes.
based on just their okay.
Their closeness and their compatibility. If you think this is a dumb idea, stop me. I'm
No,
tired.
I was gonna propose that it's maybe not like as like it's maybe not as magical as we're leaning to currently.
Mm-hmm. You think it's a
And
biological
the
thing?
restrict well, not quite. I like instinctual more so.
Okay.
Um, it's about having grown up literally from day one next to another creature and knowing its movements and the way it like communicates its body language, the way that like deeper than that more so like I do think there should be the telepathy element,
Mm-hmm.
but like have it come from that angle.
So it's less like true telepathy, more like you can read their body language so easily that it converts to uh oh fuck, what's the word?
Like it's the way you can read their body language as though it's spoken word.
Okay, and the carriage cat can do the
Like
same
you,
for you.
the two of you understand each other so inherently that like the body language is enough to communicate full sentences.
Okay, so like it's mechanically it's
The thing
telepathy, but like realistically it's just body language reading.
I would put one restriction on the telepathy.
Uh-huh.
Don't make it a speak with animals.
No.
Because
Yeah.
there's a difference between reading like there's a difference between speak with animals and getting emotions and pictures in telepathy. Like if you talk to an animal, like normally with telepathy, if you tried to reach out to an animal, if you don't have speak with animals, how do you DM that?
Um Honestly, I garbled noise because you're not able to read like its thoughts because its thoughts are in a different language.
Yeah, I think what like for me, what I would give is like the surface level, like their maybe you could read
Like you'd
their
be able to
perceptions.
you'd be able to get the vibe maybe, but like I don't think you'd be able to get
Yeah.
anything specific.
Yeah, you might get like a surface level, this animal's uncomfortable or happy or whatever. And then I still feel like you could use it essentially as a closed circuit TV. Like you see
Hmm.
through its eyes, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Maybe.
You can see like see what it's seeing, hear what it's hearing, that thing. You can sorry, I'm saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean though?
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like I think that as
Like
far
you
as
essentially get a GoPro of your animal's perception.
yeah, I think that for the goblins and the carriage cats, maybe it's like so lore wise, it is like it's reading like you know this creature so well that you can basically read its thoughts from like its body
Mhm.
movements. I think mechanically it functions as like while you can see your carriage cat, like
Yes.
you can telepathically communicate with it. Like
Yes,
mechanically it's
functionally that
telepathy.
works, yeah.
Mechanically it's telepathy, but realistically, so that way like you have to be able to see them.
Well,
And they
why don't we make it mechanically exactly like, the familiar thing? How's it work with the familiar? You can,
familiar you have a magical connection and you can see through its eyes.
but there's no, that's not the one. Is it Beast Bond?
Are you thinking Beast Bond? Maybe?
Mechanically, maybe it's Beast Bond,
Let's
but
see.
with the range being a creature you can see.
Um,
It's literally Beast Bond. If you're within sight of each other,
okay.
understand it's Beast Bond.
Okay.
It's you're giving the goblins Beast Bond as a racial trait.
Beast Bond with specifically their
Oof, yes,
well,
specifically,
technically
yeah,
Stalwart Companion does it.
cool.
So so maybe I don't just say like they have Beast Bond as a thing. Maybe just say like they have like the but I like that. I would like the idea of the cat being able to talk back in sentences. Because if it's just vibes you get back,
Yeah,
like that's I don't know. I feel like that makes it
is does Beast Bond what? Sorry,
be,
did Beast
be,
Bond give back vibes or does it
Beast
give
Bond just gives
words?
back vibes.
Hmm.
I do think it should just
Yeah,
be well, because functionally, if you give the Burrows Goblin the ability to communicate telepathically with their carriage cat while they're in view, like you basically have beast bond divided between the two of them because stalwart companion gives the advantage part, and
Yes.
the goblins let's give it fucking I could call it like stalwart link or some shit like that, you know, like keep the theming on it. um the goblins like ability gives them the telepathic communication, but like they can do full sentences back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hmm
like realistically it's not magically, but like it's not magic, but like mechanically it is like full telepathy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Liv,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of information are you allowed to purvey with thieves' camp?
You can have full sentences in Thieves' Cant.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just thieves' cant with an animal.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's literally it's just interpret. It's you've developed a physical language between you and your animal.
yeah, so literally like goblins just as a language have carriage cat as a language. I'm gonna
That
add
that works. That solves everything.
yeah,
You can
fucking
literally like
hang on.
goblin
Languages
language.
language carriage cat. Carriage
Yeah,
cat goblin cannot speak. There we go. Easy.
yeah, and then the goblins, whether it's all goblins or Burrow's goblins, get that language as a thing,
I
and
imagine
that
that all goblins get carriage cat, but like Burrow's goblins have like that deeper culture.
yeah.
Oh, ow. I'm okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Is there a way to distinguish that a language doesn't have to be verbal?
yeah, like fucking when you describe the language, like literally, you
Okay,
in the info, you just describe like, hey,
okay, yeah,
like that's how Thieves Cant, because Thieves Cant is
perfect,
described as you can be sign language.
perfect, cool, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, we solved it. We
we
figured
solved
out
it.
that we figured out that the mechanic we were looking for is a language.
Yeah, I feel like if I want carriage cats to be, I mean, I guess like if you have like Beastmaster Ranger, I could make a thing where it's like if you, I guess I could like put like a thing on like the goblin um race block, whereas like if they're playing a Beastmaster Ranger and they choose a carriage cat as their beast companion, use the um use the creature of land stat block, but like give it the carriage cat languages, like if it's a carriage cat.
There's an easier way.
Yeah,
You need to make a second carriage cat stat block that is
that's
specific
just a
for that.
Beastmaster. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
I could probably do that. You know what, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that now. Hang on, carriage cat. Oh wait, should I? It's 4 o'clock. Are
Oh
you?
yeah. Um, I would like to tie up actually.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that next time. That'll be the first thing we do next week.
Okay, perfect. We'll
Okay.
continue our development of the carriage
Yeah.
cats.
Write it down on a note somewhere because I'm about to fall asleep.
Uh, okay.
uh, fucking.
Yeah, I can make a note.
Because I will forget.
Yeah, I have a notebook right beside me.
Okay. All right. Uh.
Um,
Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh jeez.
you
I
need to go eat something.
I ate my toast. Is toast not enough food?
Uh, dry toast?
It had elderberry jam on it.
That's actually not bad. Yeah,
I
no.
think I might just be sleepy.
Have you had enough liquids?
Probably not. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make myself a Sprite.
Hey,
So, hmm, 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 hmm,
you
hmm.
know what? We'll talk after.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Are we doing sign off?
Yes, sign off. I'll go first. Hi, everybody. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing a thing. I think I'm doing Cyberpunk at noon Eastern Standard Time. That's gonna be fun. If you want access to my subclasses, you can get Oath of the Sea Dog Paladin on my Patreon for free right now, patreon.com/Nozavix, or you can click the Patreon link on my channel. If you want the rest of them, like the Plutomancy, Forge Lord Fighter, Circle of Growth, and Devout of Lurin, that's money. It's like
That's
about
money.
it's $1. It's $1 a month, and you get
One
access to all
dollar.
of them.
That's guys. That's not anything. That's just $1.
I
You
would
would have just spent it on booze and drugs anyway.
Yeah, I would appreciate more because it's how I pay rent. But you just want it for $1, and I'm gonna try and post a new one every month. I'm still working on the Warlock. I just have a bit of writer's block, and I might need Linen's help for that. But I might do that maybe in the next week or so. I don't know. It's up
Sweet.
to what Linen wants to do.
I'm down for lots of things.
Hell yeah. Next week let's do the do the Carriage Cat, and then let's do the Warlock.
Sure,
Hell
sounds
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah, Lennon. What are you up to?
Okay, for those of you watching from Liv's channel, hello, I am Lennon. I am a goblin. I am also a goblin, and I'm a goblin. I'm a variety streamer. I'm over here at the Goblin Bros. Most of you probably know me by now. I will be back tomorrow on my channel, and also wait, tomorrow? No, what? Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tomorrow's Tuesday, innit?
No, I'll be back on Wednesday and then again on Thursday. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I will be here those days. That's it. Nothing else from me.
Hooray! All right. We should raid some. Oh, my friend May is streaming. We can go call her Stinky.
Yeah, send me a link.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Love you all.
Oh, I can't fucking type in your chat. God damn it. Ah.
Just put it in your chat and I'll follow.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.